Forged in blood, but torn by tragedy. In a time before gods were merely legends, there is a tale of a group of unlikely heroes who changed everything. they conquered their fears and the fears of God to save us all. This is their story.
Hey!
What's up?
Hey!
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Last week we saw our players. They defeated all odds and took out Captain Yamato. Got him running and even chased him down. Knocked him out. Drowsy put him to sleep. The Daimio walked up with the other two. Unless you guys, there is a fainted Kecleon that is not in a Pokeball back where you guys were.
I punted.
If you guys want to do something with that before you
Forgot about
you would have met up, I will retroactively let you guys kind of go back because last session we were getting close to the end, so I was just kind of wrapping things up and forced you guys away from
the
that.
ball.
He knows not to fuck with us. So.
But there's a fainted Kecleon back there. You guys just said, screw him. You guys walk up. You know the threat is Yamato. You catch up with everyone. Drowsy is over Yamato, and Yamato is just sleeping. You're all kind of breathing heavy after the fight, and Daimyo's like, well, who would have thought that Yamato of all people, and he looks to you, Mugen, and he goes, you need to go and get, not the ninja, Captain Gerudo. You need to go and get him now.
At once, sir.
And
I leave.
the rest of you help me tie him up.
Of course.
Right.
I'm no expert on knots, but I'm sure we can figure it out. If you just tie more than one a bunch of times, it's usually fine, right?
We just keep wrapping him with the same piece of rope. We'll be good.
Never tie it.
Yeah, just keep wrapping him. Until
Like
he's
I do the old like quadruple knot. It's like over under.
President, that looks great.
I'll also say
it's like this tall.
before you run off, Mugen, this is what this is what the Daimyo had said at the end of last session, but you guys did ask if you could search his body. So before you run off, if you wanted to search, or if you're just like, Daimyo gave me an order, I'm out right this second. Otherwise, I'm sure they'll search him, but you can partake. If you
I'm
want.
not. Yeah, I'm kind of. Mugen's a little bit at a loss right now, so he's just gonna follow whatever directive comes his way. So he's just going to get the police or whoever.
Gotcha. The guardsman. There's the ninja and the guardsman, and he's like the ninja aren't. So Captain Gerudo is the captain of the guardsmen. Go get him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you guys are tying him up. I know you specifically had asked if you wanted to search Victor. Yeah, if you wanted to search him. So I don't know if you want to still do that.
I still want to do that.
Okay. So give me an well, what are you looking for? You pockets? Or are you just like
pockets, I guess.
Because you would know that trainers have like their Pokeballs outside, and then in their pockets he might have.
Definitely anything hidden in his pockets.
Yeah. So give me an investigation check.
16.
16? Okay. So you really don't find much. You find some supplies, maybe some small smoke bombs that for a quick getaway. Couple knives, but nothing else.
Okay.
Maybe. Let me see here.
I'd like to.
Where is this? This
Take
is
it.
it. Oh, you find $60.
I'll take the $60.
Booze.
I'll pocket that real quick.
Pokeballs.
It's not bad.
You're looking at the Pokeballs?
No, I was gonna ask. Well, what I've assumed he's like successfully combed through all of his pockets. Okay, well, I would like to look for specifically any paperwork or anything he might have on him that would relate back to the Matsuri clan.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check too. And to answer your question about if he successful, it's tough because he's wearing ninja clothes. You guys aren't familiar with this, so you're like, oh, there's a pocket here? You're like, what?
21.
Okay, yeah. You find a couple extra pockets. You find a couple extra supplies here and there, but there's nothing else. There's nothing else on him.
Search his prison pocket. There could be something.
Oh no!
In there.
Oh no!
How many
Children,
can I
watch
actually
this.
like
No.
have the smoke bombs?
Yeah, they're not gonna create like a
Maybe
smoke
it's
screen,
shorter.
but like in a 5x5 square, they do create like a puff of smoke.
Do I get like hidden or?
When I say 5x5, I mean like 5 feet by 5 feet, so like a 1 square, like. In
Oh, so
person,
really
like
no tactical.
No.
Okay, never mind.
No.
then.
I mean, you can't keep them for like. I'll say you have like. Let's roll again on a D10
I'll
and
take
see
that.
how many
Oh.
you have. Another 6. Wow, this D10.
I'll
So you
take-
have six smoke bombs, and we'll say like 2 little daggers.
Okay, so like a 5x5 square, you said.
Well, yeah, like a one square,
Okay.
5 foot by 5 foot. But
Yeah,
one
you never
square.
know. You never know. And you said 2 daggers.
Yeah, two little daggers.
You never know. That might come in handy.
So, Daichi, are there any others that might be directly related to this person who's betrayed you? That might seek to do you further harm. Are you in danger now?
That's what we need to figure out. So we need to get him back to my quarters. The 2 ninja that were guarding me and fought alongside you guys, I sent them back to my palace to get rid of and lock away the ninja that are there until we can determine who is part of this and who isn't. But for right now, we need to get him out of here, out of the open, into a cell.
Well, let's do that. There's no time to waste. I don't think it's wise to dawdle.
Because your Pokemon have done well enough, you can call them back, and he'll throw out his 2 Pokemon, and they're flying, so they'll pick up Yamato. He will probably request like maybe leave that one out, and he'll point to Drowsy as Drowsy's like
Yeah, of course.
keeping him asleep, just following behind.
This might be the thumbnail we need for this one. Drowsy following behind like 2 flying Pokemon.
a Golbat, and a Venonat. Drowsy's a little parade.
Oh my god.
And it is fairly late at night at this point. It's probably crossed over midnight, getting into the 2-3 a.m. ish
Mhm.
time.
I'm going to be walking with Drowsy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And y'all are just heading back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To you. So you're straight to the guards,
Okay.
and you're knocking on the door.
Oh,
you're-
yeah.
Yeah.
Frantically banging on the door.
Yeah. One of the guards. Oh, what do you want?
What was his name again?
Gerudo.
Captain Gerudo.
I need to speak to Gerudo. It's of the highest importance. The Daimio is in trouble. Please, I need to speak to him right now.
And he kind of looks at you. He's like, the dime. Okay. And he shuts the door and he runs back up, and you hear some shuffling, and then to the door you see this man putting his belt back on, and he's like putting his jacket on, and he's like, the Daimio, you said.
Captain
Where are we?
Gerudo, you have to come. It's Yamato. It made an attempt on the Daimio. We have to go now.
Yeah. Of course, yes. Yes. And he's still like kind of getting his stuff together, and he's like making sure he's got his keys and his phone and his wallet and all that stuff.
Yeah.
In the ancient times.
You're right.
He's doing the pat check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, let's go. And so
Okay.
you guys
Yeah,
head
lead him
out.
back.
Yeah. So you guys will meet probably somewhere halfway along the way. Captain Gerudo will take over Yamato back to the guards towers, as that is where the jail is.
I will have explained to him our team's perspective on the situation as we're going.
Okay. Yeah. You
Just
give
so
him a
to catch
rundown
him
of
up.
like, we knew, we tried to tell, nobody listened. We now know why nobody listened.
We told y'all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's fully caught up with at least everything of that you guys know at this point. As he starts to bring Yamato back to the jail, I would assume you guys would probably begin to follow, but then the Daimyo would say, actually, if you would accompany me back to my quarters, the ninja headquarters.
You think it's wise to leave this one unattended?
I trust Captain Gerudo, and he's now got his 2 Pokemon out as well.
Oh,
helping
we've
him.
caught up. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all are all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sorry. Yeah. Y'all are all together, and Captain Gerudo's like, I'll take him to the jail.
My lord, are you sure it's safe there?
How long?
Is there somewhere else we can?
How long
can
would
stay?
hypnosis last if drowsy stops? There's no like. It's not really like the.
Two turns.
He's cantrip spamming
I
right
think it's.
now.
I think it's. If it's not a minute, I would have said maybe a minute. Or it,
How
no,
many-
sleep is like 1d4 turns.
Probably.
How
But
many
we'll say a minute
PP
outside of combat.
do you have to do it?
There's no like PP
There's
on
no.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drowsy has no PP.
No PP needed.
And technically, he's supposed to remake the save every single time that he's trying
Yeah,
to keep
but-
him asleep, but I'm not gonna make you guys
Yeah.
do that. He's tied up, and
We'll just use that old hammer trick if it comes to it.
Right.
Daimio will kind of look to Captain Gerudo, and Captain Gerudo will say, I mean, if they did protect your life, I think you can tell them where we're actually taking him. And I'll tell you guys in my quarters. But
Okay.
rest assured, he will be safe, or he won't escape.
As you say.
We should move quickly.
They took off the Pokeballs off of him, right?
No, I mean, unless you guys wanted to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to leave
Yeah.
him with Pokeballs.
So-
Well, the guardsmen would have stripped him of.
yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, so only one of them actually has a Pokemon in it, as you guys would know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Apom. He left the Kecleon to run, then he tried to ditch the Beedrill to get away, and the Beedrill went down. But while you guys were fighting, he called back the Apom at some point.
Right.
So that's the only active one. If you guys want to search for his Pokeballs,
Yeah. I'll search for his balls.
yeah. If you
Get a load of these
guys would
Pokeballs,
want to like
bitch.
take them off,
Yeah, like,
Oh, they're very full. I can tell by the weight of this one.
or we can say when
Jesus.
when Captain Gerudo does catch up
That's why
and
it's
is
so mature
taking
street.
over. God, you guys. Sorry. No, it's fine. Captain Gerudo would take the Pokeballs off.
okay.
We'll
I
say
just
that.
want to make sure
Yeah,
he's
we'll
not in a
say
cell with Pokeballs.
He wouldn't have gone into the cell with Pokeballs, but if you guys are
Okay.
that concerned,
God damn, y'all said blood tip was bad.
there's
Take his balls.
No.
give me an insight check.
Me?
Yes.
That's gonna be the new thing. Is like every time we take somebody down, I check for balls.
I
not
want his
one.
balls, Sam.
Okay,
I
that's
want
it.
them.
So they take the balls, and then he carts him away, and he's got all of Yamato's Pokeballs, and, and
You said
Yamato
Pokeballs this
in
time.
tow.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's at this point when Captain Gerudo sends out his Pokemon, you'll see this large Pokemon that is similar in stature and size to Captain Gerudo himself. A wide stance, thick muscles, and then a slimmer one with similar, actually with more muscle definition, but like slimmer, leaner muscles. These two escort and carry Yamato to wherever
Is
they're going.
one red,
Bipedal.
Yes, both bipedal.
one red and one blue?
No, I know what you're thinking. That's not them.
Do you got fins on his head?
I actually don't.
Fins.
No.
Is one of them kind of tubby?
Yes.
Um,
The other one looks like MC Hammer.
Oh yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
we got it. We got the picture.
Yep.
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 Yep. So as they carry him away, Daichi will motion you guys to the big building.
You got it, boss.
Yeah.
let's go to the big building.
Big building.
We're important people now.
Let me turn the lights on.
The red one is the big building we're going to.
The red one is indeed the big building. The one next to it would be
Not
the
the
guards,
barrel.
the guards tower,
Okay.
where Mugen went and Yamato or Gerudo.
So chat, we know what Pokemon they are, but just to test your knowledge, maybe just say in the chat what you think it is. See some guesses for sock and throw, but sounds like it's not that.
That is what Victor thought that they were, and that is not them.
See Scraggly and
Scriggly.
No, Scraggly is good. I mean, MC Hammer does make you think of that. That it was, but that's not. Nope.
If you're
Oh, man.
wrong, Sam's gonna go to your house and beat you up. So be careful.
No.
so yeah.
I'll give a hint. They are both Gen 3.
Oh, that's not Well, one of them I think I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you guys head into the building. You guys make your way up. You would know, Mugen, that the ninja usually hold offices on the ground floors, and it's chaos right now. Those two ninja, along with a bunch of guardsmen, are rounding up the remaining ninja, have them all lined up to be interrogated, and they're holding interrogations in Yamato's office. But as you pass through this main bullpen kind of a room and up the stairs in the back is the Daimio's private quarters. And once you guys make it in, he turns around and latches the door. And he says, "So obviously I was right to believe you and wrong to trust Yamato whenever he said not to, and I apologize for not sticking up more, but I thank you for keeping tabs on me regardless. I need to ask you all, what else did you learn while you were there? Any attempts on Miando or any of our fellow cities?"
We actually learned that they explicitly wanted not to touch Miando.
Was that the name of the coastal city?
Saishin is the coastal city. Yasai and Saishin are both coastal. Saishin is where the shade was. Miando is... Let me go back to the map. I'm gonna point here for them at home. This is Miando.
Okay.
This is Saishin. This is where you guys are at Yasai.
Got it. So on the right, top down.
Yeah, Miando. Yeah, and they're labeled if people at home
Want to zoom?
yeah, you can see Miando, Saishin, and Yasai are kind of the ones that we're talking about right now. Miando is the capital of the Dento clan. That is where all of your adventures except for Victor's started.
Okay. At this point, I think I would pop up in the conversation and mention that if memory serves right, I do remember on the map that there was a coastal city circled in red with the word ally written next to it. But
Was it on the west of the river?
It was... All I know, it was a southern coastal settlement.
And what was written around it when it was circled?
Just the word ally, and I believe the bandit or the cat burglar Sasha was headed there on a mission.
And he'll lay out a map of the Dento.
Okay.
So it's largely this, where the river runs through the middle. Might be able to see better here, but where the river runs through the middle, that is where his map kind of ends. So the settlement is not on that, but everything east of that river is on it. And he's like, was he pointing to, was this circled? And he's going to point to Yasai at the bottom here.
We didn't see the actual map. That was just a description that was given to us.
Yes, so give me a history check.
Okay. I was like, I don't know how to answer this.
Could I aid him with that?
8.
Yasai is a southern coastal town, so like maybe, and it, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Yusai. Okay.
I was guessing off of your notes.
Huh?
I was guessing off of your notes,
Yeah.
so I'm
Is
zero
there a
help here.
name of the town that
No. We didn't. The map, I want to say, didn't actually have the town name. It was just because the map was like messed up or something was wrong with it, and it was specifically just that there was a southern coastal town with a red circle around it and the word ally with I think a question mark written next to it, and that it is the cat burglar Sasha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sasha was on a mission there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming on behalf of the Shade. I would relay as much of that information.
He's like, oh, okay. Well, we know of the cat burglar. We'll be on the lookout. And if it was Yasai that was mentioned here, and we do see the cat burglar here, then we can assume that Yamato might be the ally that he's referring to.
I'm gonna say I don't think it was Yasai, because Yasai was also, I recall, circled in red as a separate settlement.
Well, the only other southern coastal towns that I know of would be Tsunagari, which is close to the coast. It's not considered a coastal town, and Mitsuji,
Are there
both of the Matsuri clan.
They are working with the Matsuri for sure. There was
as he walks to his desk and he begins to write something down, he's like, I'm listening.
There was a specific note on the map as well that said not to attack any of that Matsuri clan, because they were potential allies. They weren't to be angered, was the note specifically.
That's what I remember.
Maybe not allies,
But not
but
necessarily.
maybe they don't
enemies.
want to bite off more than they can chew. Okay, and he scratches some stuff out.
Yeah.
And then
That
he walks
makes
over to
sense.
the window and he attaches it to a Pidgey and he says Mando and it flies off and he goes, okay. Is there anything?
I believe that's all that we know.
Historically, how many times has an assassination been attempted on this Daimyo?
This Daimyo? None.
How is he?
There's been attacks on the city.
How is he?
but-
How's his countenance right now? Does he seem freaked out, or is he like unnervingly calm?
He's a lot of like hands together and like kind of like this is what I need to do next, like kind of just like
yeah.
trying to remember. Like best example would be like if you're learning to become a firefighter and they're like they throw you in a fake burning building, they're like get out, and it's like step one was, and so he's like, okay, this is what I need to, oh okay, yeah, and then that, okay, and then so he's young, he's not much older than you guys for a daimyo.
Okay.
And he's been the daimyo almost the entire time that you've been here.
Okay.
A citizen of Yasai. So he was even younger when he first started, but
Grayson's gonna pop up as well. And speaking of trust, who is Mako again?
that's the captain of, or not the captain, that's the leader of the Dento clan
Okay.
in Mando.
Guys met him.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
It's been a little
I know,
while.
that's why my brain
Victor's
was
the
like,
only one who didn't. But, yeah.
I will say they do consider him soft and weak. So I do believe he is not working with them. Otherwise, they would have left such a grueling note.
I know there are many in the Dento who are frustrated with his reserved nature now that ever since his son passed. But I admire it instead of letting the anger take over. He is anything but soft. He's kind and forgiving, but
You lying?
you give me an insight check. Don't look at that.
I didn't.
Okay.
I can't really see it from here.
Okay, good.
12.
12? Yeah. Telling the truth. He believes it. You may have even heard him talk about his respect for Maku in the past.
Okay.
Was there so this I mean this is a lot.
Yeah, sorry for the info dump.
No. I mean this is more than we've ever had about the bandits. We just assumed that they were unorganized and created this shade of Saishin as a deterrent, but if what you guys are saying is true, there might be some more coordination between this group.
Well, the shade's a deterrent, yes, but it's also very, very real.
Extremely.
And you said the cat bandit was on her way to this coastal town, which you believe might be Yasai. But what of the smoke bandit? Are they also headed this way? Is it another all-out attack?
No. In fact, I don't believe they like the smoke bandit. I don't believe.
It was surprising to us, too. I don't know if it should be taken with a grain of salt, but...
The smoke bandit's considered a traitor amongst the Shades people, and they are not wanted alive.
Oh. Okay, and was this also on the map, or did you...
There was a wanted poster with some expletives drawn
Oh, yes. Yes.
atop it.
Yes.
I remember that!
Yeah, it was, I was trying to remember if the Shade said it or not.
So this leaves the question of your first mission, of why they stole the schematics for the Pokeball, if not for the bandits. Did you uncover any other leads?
The biggest thing being the Matsuri clan. And the Shade also seems to be two different entities or beings.
Both sharing the same name?
Perhaps the Pokemon and the Master?
Potentially. They call themselves the Shade.
So there was a human and a Pokemon.
No, more of a disengaged voice. Separate from the Gengars.
Oh. So the Shade was both a Gengar and this other... They both went by the same name?
Yes.
They seem to.
We believe it to be a spirit. Maybe.
Oh, okay. We'll also have to...
Oh, a spirit.
God, he's so bad.
Get your shit together.
He's like, okay, yeah, okay.
He's like, yeah, I'll get my shit together, okay.
So we've got potentially Yamato as the ally here. Maybe not here. If not here, we need to figure out where. If we can find the cat burglar within the next few days, that will confirm. If not, it's still an unknown and we need to be wary of that. Then we've got, they believe Maku to be soft, which I think is only a detriment to themselves. So nothing truly to worry too much about there. And then the smoke bandit is disconnected somehow.
The
My
Smoke
lord,
Bandit seems hard to tie down. I don't believe we can follow that lead up, but we do have a prisoner ripe for questioning.
My lord, I also would suggest putting extra surveillance on Maku, as someone may attempt to manipulate what they believe to be that weakness.
Of course.
It's a very
We
good
need
idea,
to-
Mugen.
Astute as ever.
We need to make sure not to spread ourselves too thin, though. Here, with all of the ninja in question, we are vulnerable. Baku does have his own detail, but normally the ninja would be who I send on this. We'll have to expedite figuring out who's to trust. But I do agree. Why don't you all, it's, and as he looks over the window and the sun is starting to rise and he's, why don't you all get some rest for the day, and we will, whenever you wake up, I'll take you to Yamato. As you have more knowledge.
Would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to submit myself for questioning. Obviously, I understand the precarious, if not awkward, nature of my relationship to Yamato.
As you see him kind of like,
I gladly submit myself to the law to absolve my name first.
you see him kind of like take back and kind of like look around. And, I believe that not necessary, but if you wish, I'll see you downstairs. He'll walk you downstairs, and he'll turn back around before he leaves. He goes, help yourselves. There's only one bed. You're welcome to it, but there's some seating and other things. Please rest up as he shuts the door. I mean, it's his room, so it's kind of like, yeah.
I'm not even taking my shoes off, baby. Get in the bed.
As he shuts the door back behind him, and then he's bringing Mugen down to the interrogation room. Who wants to go first? Do you want to be interrogated first, or
I don't care.
do you guys want to be in his room?
I mean, I don't think we're doing
Let me
anything
give
in
you
his
guys
room.
a better description of the room. I do this. I have a bad habit of like, if I'm rushing as the character, I also just forget as the DM to like explain things to you guys.
Yeah.
No, that's understandable.
The office is, it's an office and kind of a bedroom. There's one of those paper walls that you can kind of see silhouettes through that separates a desk and a fairly substantial library from his sleeping quarters. In the office area, there is a large sofa-like lounge kind of chair, along with like a coffee table for like discussions. In the middle, between that and the desk, there is kind of a wartime map with some like strategic locations. It's got Yasa, it's got all of the Dento clan really, but most of the pieces and like strategic play is all centered around Yasai and showing where the ninja are and where recent bandit attacks have been. And then on his desk, there's just some scattered papers and other things there.
I would like to make note of the layout of like the cities, the wartime map. I want to try and see if there's any sort of pattern to where the bandits are attacking. I assume that they're coming from, the north, right?
Yeah, so you can see Yasai has pretty much cut itself off, or begun to cut itself off from the north with a wall. So there is, I mean, unless they come around the sea, which there are some shown like, oh, they attacked the edge of the wall here. But largely, yeah, none of the attacks are coming from the south or the west. And then the east is a large ocean, which you would all know because that's where you guys came from. And you crossed a big ocean from the east.
Okay. I have some ideas for questions that I want to ask Yamato, but I don't know what else I can really gather from this room.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you guys wanted to do anything, and I realized I hadn't given you a description of what.
Oh, no, it's all good.
So feel free to think about it if you want.
Uh-huh.
Unless did you have something right now?
Is there a blank piece of paper and like blank pieces of paper?
Yeah.
And like, okay, I'm gonna write a note that I'm just gonna keep in my pocket.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. And just
Victor?
I don't have anything.
Cozying up in his bed while they're all looking around and stuff, being like, dibs.
We just we just got out of a tough fight, and it's like what 2-3.
And y'all are
morning.
nearing points of exhaustion.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty much tuckered out, buddy.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. So, the Daimio will walk you downstairs, and he'll motion to one of the guardsmen, and he'll say, he wishes to submit himself to questioning. He is one of the ones who defended me, though. If not for him and his friends upstairs, I would have... well, I don't like to think about what would have happened, but please keep that in mind and take my word for vouching for him whenever you are questioning. And he kind of clicks his heels together and he... Yes, sir! And when he walks away, he's like, come on, and he kind of like pushes you.
Okay.
And into the...
He said be nice to me.
Daimyo, he pushed me.
Yeah. And he into one of the rooms. He shuts the door. He doesn't follow you in. He kind of leaves you in there for a little bit to kind of mull you over. You might even know some of these tactics, being a ninja and having probably interrogated some people yourself. But then shortly after,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, if you want to do something in that
No,
time,
I
you're
would
by
just be
yourself.
like Jedi meditating.
Yeah.
Like not even breaking, just like waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. So you may even like eyes closed. The door opens and shuts, and you open them back, and it's a different guard than the one that brought you in here. And he's got some papers, and he looks like he was just woken up in the middle of the night too. And he pushes some hair out of his eyes, and he sits down, and he's like, Mugen. Oh, and your partner is Jean, not an A-palm.
That's correct.
And he kind of looks up at you and goes, aren't you that boy that they found on the island?
Yeah.
Okay. And then he marks that down. Okay. So Yamato took you in.
Yeah.
He was like a father to you.
That is correct.
You knew nothing of this attack. You just happened to find some plans.
Yeah. We were sent on a fact-finding mission to Saishin, and this sort of fell in our lap. I don't know why he sent me. He had to know I would find it. But that is truly, I had no idea.
So let me get this straight. You expect us to believe that the man who basically raised you sent you on a mission where you happened to uncover an assassination attempt, that he was committed. But when you arrive back into town, you don't have any of the information. Only the word of several outsiders.
Including the Shade. You call it an outsider.
I've never met the Shade.
They're in Saishin.
Write some things down.
Again, we were doing this on behalf of Maku because these schematics or whatever were stolen, and we were trying to recover that, and we kind of fell into this other thing.
And I am to believe that you also failed that mission. You don't have the Pokeball schematics.
It is our latest intel that they actually were never there, or at least had left by the time we showed up. Kind of looks at you. And then, without saying a word, he stands up and leaves the room. Just leaves you in here for another 30 minutes. It's like whenever they finally call your name at the doctor's office, and then you just go sit in the room, starting to wonder, like, did he forget that I'm in here?
Oh, geez, that long.
It's sweating me out. Yeah.
It's in that the guard comes back in. And he just puts his both hands on the table in front of him, leans forward and looks in your eyes, and he says, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Did you know about Yamato's betrayal before now?
Would I have wasted my time protecting the Daimyo's life at the risk of my own if I didn't?
Persuasion.
It's gonna be bad.
We're good. We're good.
16.
He holds that stare for a long time. He holds it for a very long time. And then finally he sits back. And you can see his demeanor's changed a little bit, and he goes, And you wouldn't happen to know anyone else who might be on his side with all this? Anyone else that we should be looking towards?
Who was the guy that was dismissive of us? What was his name? When we tried to tell about the plan?
It was Yamato.
It was Yamato,
Mhm.
okay. I don't know why. I thought there was somebody else in between.
Well, Captain Gerudo was in Yamato's office when you first showed up, and Captain Yamato kind of used you guys as an excuse to, like, shush him out of his office.
No, I mean... the bandits were wearing Yasai uniforms, but they weren't Yasai. At least, not the one I faced was. He was wearing the emblem of the comrade who had just died.
He's like, that's interesting. None of the two ninja that were in the Daimio's detail did not mention that a bandit was one of them. But you're saying there was a bandit that was dressed as a ninja among the attackers?
He was wearing Lynn's gear.
Who's Lin? Where can I question?
He's dead.
In the fight, or?
He had been taken captive on our way to rescue these plans, and he didn't make it out of the escape.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. You could question him if you wanted.
It is also with our intel that he was tortured before the end, for information.
So, you potentially... Do you know what he could have leaked, or...
Maybe this.
I mean... Honestly, if Yamato was on their side, I don't know what more this Lin could have known than Yamato.
That's my thought exactly. So, if you want, I'll tell you everything I know about Yamato, if that gives you an edge.
I do have one question for you. Do you know if his first partner would still be loyal to him? Give me a history check.
Shit, the brain's working.
Okay. Side note, I'm very, very happy that we have a politician in the party. Like denomination in this game is politician.
Yeah.
And you are proving your worth here because I am not that.
Oh, there's like puzzle pieces just piecing together. And every time a little...
I just hear little gasps from this side of the table.
14.
You know, and I don't know if you caught on to this or not, as Will, but as Mugen, you would know that he's talking about the Ambipalm, that is the father of all of the Apalm partners,
Right.
that currently resides in the sanctuary.
Would I understand? Okay, so I'm close to Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know his relationship with that Ambipalm?
Yeah. I mean,
It would follow him anywhere.
you would, based on your history check, you would know them. Your memory of the Ambipalm would be the same of Yamato's. Valiant would do anything to protect the people of this city.
I will say all of those things. But also, would I know that he only recalled his Apalm?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just share that little detail and say Pokemon he's worked with for years he left behind, but the one he took back in his attempt to escape was the Apalm.
We did find that on his body, among his 4 Pokeballs. One of them was housing a badly injured Apalm, which I'm told we have you and your friends to thank for that. As he kind of smirks, like he's kind of proud of
first.
He goes, I'm gonna level with you, Mugen. We've got a lot of people here to interrogate, and had you not been the one to lead the charge in protecting the Daimio and volunteered to be interrogated, I might not believe you, and I'm still have my reservations. But you can't ignore the facts. There's it doesn't seem, unless this is some long play.
My loyalty is to this country.
It
To
just
our
seems
people.
that if the goal was to get the Daimyo dead, it would have been easier if you were on Yamato's side in that moment. But
I
you
agree.
protected him. So
If you want my help, I'm happy to, with supervision, speak to some of these core members. They might be willing to talk to me.
we will definitely come and get you if we need to, but it's my understanding that, and he kind of like looks at you in the bags under your eyes. It's like, you need some rest. He's like,
Understood.
and he ushers you out, opens the door, and then he stops you before you fully get out of the room, and he says, Mugen, keep an eye out. Know if you see anything else.
I will.
Did this dude have a name? Oh, no.
No.
Fred.
I wouldn't know either.
No, it's such an
Anyway.
interesting name.
No,
I've never
that's-
heard that
that's perfectly
before.
fine. I just.
It's spelled in you, but it's pronounced no.
Oh. Oh, he's foreign.
All right.
So yeah, you make your way back up to the room. If same offer to you as I made to them, if you want to do anything before you go to sleep.
Nope.
Yep.
I'll check in with Gene, just make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
I'll let him sleep outside with me, because that's just what we're used to on patrol.
When you let Gene out, he comes out. He kind of notices where you guys are, and he puts a little paw like on your knee, and he just kind of like, and gives you like a knowing kind of like. That was rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Tough break, dude.
Yeah, and he'll snuggle up with you to sleep. And when you get in the room, I'm also assuming that the rest of you are all just zonked out.
Yeah, I'm passed out. Pretty much. Pretty much.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanna do something else.
No. I don't think there's anything.
We're gonna wake up and Grayson's gonna be like that meme with the red wire on the wall.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are these things?
yeah,
No. I think I'm just going to
Oh, I meant to ask during that whole interrogation, at any point did my interrogator seem like he was in on it?
insight check.
Can I share a piece of inside baseball can I share one of mine during that interrogation?
Yeah,
But I think it was just a misspeak.
14.
But
yeah. No, he looks.
seems-
And you also know the guards to be very distasteful of the ninja. There's very much
Because we're cooler, obviously.
Yes.
okay.
There's very much a rivalry there, and they are the dumb ones, so to speak. So at least from your perspective. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Not worried. Never mind.
That's kind of mean, Sam.
Yeah. Hey, it's Batman versus Gotham DD. What are you gonna do?
So yeah. Let's
Hey
see.
man, Jim Gordon was Gotham PD.
You guys wake up from wherever you're sleeping. Kind of rub the sleep from your eyes. It's still early morning. You didn't get much sleep, but we'll say you got enough for the long rest button. So if any of your Pokemon are still hurt, they can be fully healed,
Yay.
as well as yourselves if you guys took any damage.
Yeah, I was about to ask that question.
Yeah.
What was
Dablage.
Yeah, because Alex kept on running in the middle of everything to heal up Lavender.
Right.
It's
Or
like,
Presnick did, yeah.
now go.
You did purposely take an attack of opportunity so that Lavender didn't.
Yep.
Strategizing.
Strategizing.
Yeah, everybody's all healed up. As you wake up, Daichi is sitting at his desk.
Oh God.
He's how long have
Is
you
that
been
his
in here?
name, or is that his title?
Daimio Daichi. I was talking to Alex about this earlier. I was like, I named the guy and then gave him his title later, and then realized in session when I first introduced him, like, this is a horrible freaking name.
It's fine. It's fine. We won't forget that he's the daimyo.
That he's
Yo,
the Daichi.
Yo,
No,
double D.
Double
yeah,
D.
double D.
Double D.
He would largely be just completely unaware to you guys. He's flipping over like a couple books on his desk, and he's reading through some things. He's jotting down some notes here and there, and until one of you guys make yourselves known, he's zoned out.
So, how'd the interrogations go? Any squeaky wheels?
I haven't gotten an update from Captain Garudo. Secrecy is kind of key there. We don't want a lot of running rounds back and forth from there. But if you guys are all awake and ready, we can go and get some food and then head that way.
I'd like that very much. It's hard to sleep with a mystery in the back of your mind.
Yes, of course. And he shuts his book and kind of stands up. And as he stands up, he knocks a big old bag of money onto the floor. And he goes, "Oh!" And he picks it up. He goes, "It reminds me." And he goes, "This is for you guys. Please, you saved my life. This is the least that I can do for you guys." And he gives the group $3,500.
Wow. Does that not split evenly?
It should, because
It
it ends in
does.
2 zeros.
Yeah, it
and
does.
there's 4 of you, but
875.
How much?
875.
875. I'm all for it splitting evenly. So
Yeah, absolutely.
so $875 a person.
What?
carry the one.
Yeah, it's not.
money
Yeah, no D&D Beyond. And he goes, so let's, and again, my treat for the breakfast as well. We are going to go and eat at the Ichi Inn. And he kind of looks to Mugen, and you would know this to be like the top notch, like this is the best
We're
restaurant.
going to IHOP.
No, like
Applebee's.
it's like the hole in the wall. It is not like Ruth's Chris. Like he's
Yeah.
not taking you to like a fancy place.
No, but this is like
This is like the best
some
place
local
in town.
dude who like kicks ass.
Yeah. So you guys make your way down through the bullpen. You guys will notice a few of the ninja are back to work, so to speak. There still are a lot of guards there, and there are a few ninja in some of the holding cells as well. Recognize some of them. You might even be taking note of, like, I would have never guessed that one, or I would have definitely suspected that one. You know, here and
I
there.
give him one of these as we walk by.
Yeah.
Look at all these losers.
These chickens.
I'm about to have lobster Benedict, bitch.
Oh my god.
No. Yeah. So, do I do any of the ones who have gone back to work or in the holding cells definitely have guilt-ridden faces, or are they surprised, or?
I'm not even
What's
gonna make you roll
the
for it.
vibe?
Everyone's pretty somber right now.
Okay.
Their whole world and life have been flipped upside down. If they've been caught, they didn't think they were gonna get caught, and if they weren't caught, they didn't think that this was gonna happen. So,
Gotcha.
same expression both ways, and it's kind of hard to tell if someone's like, I got away with it, or
Okay.
I'm alone now because all my friends got caught, and I'm still, exactly what's the looks on people's faces. But as you guys walk through the bullpen, so to speak, you guys get out of the main floor, kind of a little bright out here. and you are in the town square, and directly across the street.
Does the Daimio have more guards than yesterday after the attack, or? Well, I know it's still us, but wouldn't he have extra guards?
Because of where you're going, you would likely notice that some guards tried to follow him, and he's like,
We trust him.
well, where they're hiding or where they're keeping Yamato specifically is as of a supposed secret location.
Okay.
So
making
you
sure.
guys
Under a Snorlax.
yeah.
Waking that thing up.
Blocking the road.
As the note taker.
And the
of
Snorlax's
group,
name is Fluffy.
It bothers me when you use words like supposed.
Post.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just me.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
That's all. That's me trying not to like put thoughts in the characters, your characters' minds.
Just tell us everything.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
So across the street from.
Oh, it's also daytime now.
Yeah, across the street from the Daimyo's house and the ninja headquarters is the Ichi Inn. Yeah, the blue roofed building. There are 3 doors on the front of it. One of them says Ichi Inn. The other one says Ichi Ramen. And the other one says Twin Tins Goods.
Oh no.
So
How's a food truck?
So then there, you guys make your way to the Ichi Ramen store. I largely, a lot of this comes from a lot of this town comes from Naruto.
Beautiful.
Oh, good.
Now it's not. It is not the guy who runs it, but
There any Vulpixes running around?
outside the town is like I said. Even though you guys went to bed at like 3 a.m.,
Just
the town is still starting to kind of get going. It's probably like 8 or 9 a.m. People are just starting to roll into town. Pokemon are just
Gotcha.
starting to kind of stir up. So yeah,
Okay.
no Vulpixes, no Ninetail Foxes.
You knew where I was going with that.
But when you do walk in, you do see a
Naruto.
fire type Pokemon standing kind of in the center, and a chef standing behind him cooking on his back.
Back.
Yeah.
What does this Pokemon look like?
Is he a turtle?
Is he really cute, like a little porcupine?
No.
Oh.
He looks kind of like a big bowl like that might be pulling like goods, or like a mule or something like that. Kind of a cross between the two without the horns.
But he's got fire on his back?
Yeah, he's got some fire on his back, and the chef is cooking, and Mugen, you would know this to be Ichi, as he's cooking up some goods, and everyone is kind of like watching and waiting, and then like his wife Aya will walk up every now and again and just throw a plate under some stuff that he throws up and serve it to some people, and there's another Pokemon walking around doing the same as her, a Pokemon with some big old lips and some blonde hair.
Oh, is it Nicki Minaj?
Oh no, she's gonna sue us now.
Nicki Minaj.
as psychically is catching food with the plates and doing a lot more serving than Aya, but Aya is definitely
She's
helping.
serving out that wet ass soupy.
Oh no! No!
Take it back.
She's bouncing the plates off her ass.
And as Aya sees the 5 of you with Daichi walk in, she goes, Daimio, yes, of course. I'm sorry, we didn't know that you would be coming. And she's looking around for like an empty table, and he's like, no special treatment, just wherever you can seat us. I'm
I wouldn't say
treating
no
these
special
young
treatment.
gentlemen.
Maybe a little.
And she goes, of course. I believe we it's a table in the back. And he's like, that's perfect. And she's like, okay, follow me. And she brings you guys to the back, sits you down, and hands you guys out menus, and is like, take your time. Just my name's Aya. Just call out if you need anything. And that over there's Jinx. Either of us will take your order, and we'll just go and get it from Ichi and Camerupt over there. And
Is was either Torkoal or Camerupt, and I was like, he's not a turtle.
He's not.
I'm gonna wait until she walks away.
Yeah, she's like, she'll walk away.
Never mind.
Yeah, she doesn't hear you. If you're waiting till she walks away to say that, yeah.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Once like everyone's kind of settled and I kind of glance over the menu, I will look over towards Daichi and say, so as counterintuitive as it might be, with a pleasant breakfast on the way, and thank you for that very much, I figure before we move to the interrogations, perhaps we might ask you a few questions.
Oh, of course. And he kind of like looks around and he's like, yes.
Snick, are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine.
Oh, okay. You sounded comfortable over there. You sounded sick.
Oh, right. I didn't want to say the word interrogations out loud.
You just said it out loud.
Yep. So, Daichi, the main question that I have rolling around in my mind is why? And I'm sure you've asked yourself the question many times over. Why have you been targeted by the bandits? And why would someone as noble and as loyal as Yamato seek to betray you? Have you ever disagreed on any particular points? Anything that sticks out to you as a disagreement fitting for such a betrayal?
The most that Yamato and I ever argued about was my nightly walks, the very thing that he used against me. I've been thinking about it all night myself. I even was poring over some of my family's journals from the past. Try to see if there's anything that the bandits or this shade entity might be interested in, or if they mentioned anything like that.
What has
Yamato might have attacked us, but I still truly believe that he did it for what he believes was the best interest of Yasai.
an interest he couldn't talk to you about? Surely you would be the one to enact change. He thought he had to kill you? Or capture you?
Lest he thought it was the wronged.
He kind of looks around again and he goes,
I think it's important to ask these questions
give
and wonder
me a
before...
persuasion check.
To both of us?
Specifically Presnite.
Why you guys let me talk?
Yeah, I mean, you asked the question.
I know.
Well, I was just about to ask if there was
10.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
So he kind of looks around and he goes, and he talks lower. He says, when I said that Yamato and I only really disagreed about my nightly walks, it's not entirely true. He wished for me to use Yasai's military might on several occasions to take out the bandits. And he even voiced some distaste towards the settlement. He looks specifically at you three. I do not share, before or now, his distaste. And I believe his frustration could be one of his guiding factors. To know for certain, we will have to talk with him and see what Gerudo has gleaned from him throughout the night. Rendezvous with them.
Is
I
there
see.
any reason he would have considered you reckless?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, he did not like my nightly walks. He said that they were, as you put it yourself, reckless. He did not did not approve of them. He thought the little bit that it went to boost the morale of our citizens with all of the bandit attacks, the fact that their leader was not cowering away, I thought put a lot of hope into our citizens and put their minds at ease. If I'm confident enough to walk the streets with minimal detail, then they should be confident to go about their lives. He believed this was militaristically unwise.
And what, in your opinion, probably the most informed person at this table, were you to be captured or killed, what would have come next?
I haven't seen Yamato since we captured him last night, so I'm not entirely sure. But based on some of the interrogations of the corrupt ninja, now I do not know if this is to save their own skin or not, but they surround. They would have liked to take me, or their plans were to take me alive. Bring me back to Saishin as part of their deep shade.
So they are definitely working with the Shade. There's no doubting that.
Certainly. And every time they mentioned them, much like yourselves, they didn't quite know how to describe him. Some said that he was a Gengar, others said a mischievous. Apparently he takes on many forms.
Frightening would be a good description. Extremely frightening.
I wonder.
Would I know Yamato's kind of obsession with power in this way? Or did he hide it well?
You would know of his frustrations, for certain, but roll to see if you know anything else. Give me, I'll say, history or insight, whichever one you want to do. And I do believe you have advantage on history if it's pertaining to like the Dento history, because
Okay.
you are of that side, and I would count that as this.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Get my typing fingers ready.
Yeah. So you definitely know of his frustrations, especially behind some closed doors. He may have even let it slip a time or two exactly how frustrated he is, but he always recomposed himself quickly and made a point to mention, but this is our duty.
My lord, I think your attempt was meant to serve as an example to enable the overreach of the core because of his many frustrations with the way the government has been going. I think he would have used this as a way to leverage the conversation against you.
I do believe so as well. That he intended to have me captured, use that as a rallying cry to rise to power and make his march. What I can't piece together, though, is why the Shade would agree to this, knowing that Yamato would have to attack the bandits. That's where this does not add up to me.
Daimyo, do we know where the bandits come from? Are they traders of a clan? Or
They're largely, regrettably, people from Yasai, Ando, and even some from Saishin before it was destroyed. The survivors are who's left.
I think it's possible that the Shade may be using them. The people we talked to there seemed more afraid of the Shade than fervent loyalists of his brand of leadership.
I think we should not factor out that they made the Matsuri.
Definitely, and I've sent as much to Maku, and you rest assured he will get to the bottom of this. You may not know this, but the leader of the Matsuri is a relative of Maku's. Our nations were once peaceful, sibling nations in more ways than one.
And when did they fall out? Historically?
This would have been during the Great War, before your time.
Was this anywhere close to the time that the...
Not the Great War, sorry. I have a name for it. It's the Great...
Yeah, you do.
Great Divide.
Oh, this is the wrong folder. I am sorry. It would be the Capture Calamity, is what it would kind of be known as in like...
It was a war?
No.
No.
Or was it the event that led to...
You would know. This
Scythians?
is when they tried to capture
It was
the gods after the Scythians' destruction, which resulted in the clans splitting. And that's all you really would know from like just hearing people talk about it and everything.
Okay.
The specifics, maybe not so much.
My current theory is, after having met the Shade personally, fear is a factor, sure, but I think it's also preying on people's pain and anger. All this time, all this hate building over something that happened. What I think the Shade wants more than anything is revenge.
That very much could be. If it is the spirits of all of those who have fallen in Scythian.
Even the Shade could be being manipulated.
True.
With all this in mind, thank you, by the way. I feel that perhaps we should strategize our actual interrogation. I would hate to squander some opportunity we have in perhaps not utilizing every advantage.
Well, rest assured we will. When we get there, Gerudo will brief us on what has happened, and we will form a plan for certain once we have all of the information that everyone has.
Mugen, I know this has been hard for you, and we've only known each other for about a week. I hate to ask further of you, but I do feel you being so closely connected to this situation and to Yamato, I think maybe you might be the best voice to pose these questions in.
Happily. Admittedly, this is extremely upsetting, but ironically, the first lesson they teach you in the Corps is to divorce yourself from your feelings for the sake of the clan. So I think in this case, ironically, it's going to help.
Only all ninja followed your resolve. Shared your resolve.
Anyway, let's eat some soup.
And they have more than ramen
Literally,
here.
I
I
took
just
a
really
straw.
wanted to make it Ichi ramen.
Side note: I'm totally getting ramen after this. Holy crap!
I fucking Goku eat some bowls.
I have to stop and get Whataburger. for
Oh,
On one of the
my
camera
God.
up tumps, there's like a bowl of like broth and everything, and on the other camera up tump is like a plate where he's cooking all the meats and everything like that. And they just
Extra
go
fatty
ahead and,
beef.
yeah.
Camera does have like little volcanoes on his
Yeah.
back, huh? I forget about that. I usually just look at the numbers.
It might even be
that are
one,
on
but
the
this one's got
side.
2.
You plug it with some
No,
blocks.
It is 2, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know the Mega has 1, but this one's got 2 if it doesn't. But yeah, and so
We
he's
do what
cooking
we
in the
want.
back. And then she'll take your orders, whatever you guys order, and then bring it back over to you guys. Jinx might even float it down, Jinx, and twirl away. And as she twirls away, you'll see beneath her feet, the floor kind of like ices over for a second as it skitters away.
Cool.
Like, wow, Mudkip, look at that.
He's sitting in a little kitty seat. He's like,
yeah. Yeah, he definitely has a booster.
I love her song Super Bass.
she gives you that anime look back of like, ooh.
My tra-la-la.
Exactly. So you guys finish eating, and then
It's never not funny.
he'll motion Aya back, and he'll say, Aya, would it be possible to leave out the back? And she kind of looks, and she goes, oh, yes, of course. And she kind of looks at Jinx, and she kind of like motions, and Jinx begins twirling around, and a beautiful snowscape or snowfall starts inside of the restaurant and is doing this wonderful dance, and everyone's looking. It's like, oh my god, look at that! And it's twinkling, and some plates are juggling around. Food is being delivered, extra desserts to people. People are loving it. They're going wild, and she's like, right this way, right this way.
Feel that boom, boom, boom.
Exactly that. All of that all at once. As you guys sneak out the back.
I turn and just thank Jinx for letting us use her back door, and then we leave.
Oh my god.
Jinx is causing the distraction for you guys, so you can't.
Oh my god.
And then the Daimyo will pay Aya and be like, thank you. And she's like, no, you don't have to. He's like, no, take it. And then you guys leave, and he's like,
I have a weird question. Can I, before we get up and rush out, because I feel like we're about to, can I take some leftovers?
oh yeah, totally.
You got a doggy bag.
Sweet.
I see what you're doing, and I like it because I've thought of this,
Thank you.
and you have leftovers now. They have 5 uses.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's smart.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, what a champ. God damn. When he said it, like something clicked in my head, and I was like, leftovers.
Free items.
At every inn, you guys can buy leftovers.
Wonderful.
Or you can just take some food.
I was going to ask you if we could buy leftovers, but I really wanted to play it off like
That's
that.
nice.
So I'm
Nope,
gonna
you did it.
wait.
So you guys head on out. You've got your little to-go bag of food.
Yes, of course.
Aw, Sha.
And Daimyo will put up his hood and he'll say, I'm highly recognized, and you may want to are you wearing your mask right now? Have so he'll suggest that you take it off just to not draw attention to yourselves. Or stay he says, or stay hidden and close. We do not want anyone knowing where we're headed, my lord.
Okay. Or
And,
Krog snake out of here.
and he'll take you down some back alleyways.
I take my glasses off.
Smack right into a wall.
What time is it now?
It's probably getting close to noon. Not quite, maybe like 11 o'clock.
Okay. So we had to dip out. There was no extra time.
No.
Okay.
Do people know my face as the boy from the island if I take my mask off?
I would say probably not.
Okay. So once we get clear of most people, I'll kind of hesitate. I'll go, I'm not supposed to do this, but everything I know has just fallen apart overnight, so I'll just take off my mask.
And he's so white it blinds you.
Got teeth this long.
He sparkles.
Oh my god. They're like, any scars? Are you like obscenely handsome?
No. And no awesome scars. I'm just like a regular ass dude.
Regular dude.
It's like when you take off a glove and it's all wrinkly and like.
Yeah. I just look like
Oh,
a guy
shit.
who you would probably call David at some point.
You got Vader syndrome, man.
Yeah, so you take it off and remarkably normal Mugen stands before you.
Look at old Billy Bob over there.
And it's like so the way the mask works, right, is it's kind of got like this hood thing, but there's also like this piece. So it's like this.
Ah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cause so that just
Like
the mask
almost
fits.
Spirited Away vibes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now I just kind of look like this.
What's it called?
I'm like,
yeah.
And then like a poof of like white, a shock of white, almost like Kakashi. It looks, yeah. White wolf.
Got it.
I thought you meant like you've been wearing the mask for so long, dust.
No, like my hair comes out.
I was like, ew.
Yeah. Awesome. So you guys make your way, the Daimyo's guiding you through some back alleys. Again, this is a very Mugen history check heavy session, but give me another
Here we
history
go.
check.
As it should
It's
be.
time for our hourly Mugen history check.
You're the only one from here. At
The
this
resident
point.
historian, that's right.
We need at least one.
I mean, like
Come on.
from all of the region. Period. The rest of us are all outlanders.
Literally.
A dirty 20 again.
Yeah. You know exactly where this building is, and if you want to get back here later on, you totally can.
You have Siri GPS.
It's nothing. It's not a building of any significance. It is the most. If you thought secret place, you would be like, "This is not what I would have thought," and you're like, "This is perfect."
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the most mundane, not in the center of town, not really on the edge. It's just like in a seemingly random ass part of town. The
Full
Daimyo,
Lake Lao guy.
the Daimyo walks up
Yeah.
and he kind of glances
Oh my
around
God, it's
and
Jason Bourne.
he kind of looks to you and he goes, "Are we good? Are we clear?" Like he's like
Me?
looking- yeah, he's
Oh,
asking you
yes.
as he's also looking around. He's like,
I'll look around with purpose. Okay.
again, this is a
Ninjas only.
ninjas only.
We're not cool enough.
Neither am I. 11.
But you
Seems fine.
confidently tell him
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
I'm not gonna scare
Yeah,
the Daimyo.
yeah.
So,
then he does like a special knock on the door, and you hear,
I'll have Friggy stay out and just kind of patrol the block. And if he just scream like hell if he sees anything suspicious.
I did forget to mention it while you guys were like sleeping. If you wanted to swap out any of your active Pokemon, you could have, because I know you still only have two, but you guys all
No,
have three.
I'm good with what I've got. Coughing
Okay.
and
Zircon?
It's a nice
Zircon.
combo.
Yeah.
Two with Mudkip and Drowsy.
Okay.
I will have. Can I have both of them out at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't have all three because you can only have two active
yeah,
Pokemon
yeah.
at a time.
Mudkip will always pretty much be on my shoulder, but in this case, I will probably sit Drowsy out to watch.
Outside?
Mm,
When you guys get in.
probably right on the inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Just before I-
Be in the bouncer. Yeah, so
Okay.
the ground kind of rumbles a little bit, and it's like, these are cobblestone concrete streets. Like, what the hell? But then you're
my
like, oh,
God.
this is probably that big buff dude.
It's
Pokemon.
like in Harry Potter. It's just like
Yeah. and he opens the door, and similarly, you're like, how did he get in? Oh, Pokeball, and then released. Okay. You're like, how did he fit through this door? And he opens the door, and he sees who it is, and he kind of steps aside as you guys walk in. There's pretty much nothing in this house. There's like a table, a sink, like some kind of semblance of a kitchen. There's a couple chairs, a bed in the corner, and then a closed off bedroom where you would assume Yamato is. On the bed sleeping is Captain Gerudo, and sitting in front of not present is his other Pokemon. But the big one is greeted you and let you into the
So Mr. T is somewhere else.
Mr. T is somewhere else.
Are there any other Pokeballs? Are there any Pokeballs laying around in the room?
Yeah. So on the table, you would see Yamato's belongings, which his Pokeballs, and then next to Captain Gerudo on the ground where he's sleeping, you might see his Pokeballs. And after the Pokemon lets you in, he'll shut the door and and kind of like shake Captain Gerudo awake. And and he stands up and starts tucking in his shirt, and he's like, Daimio, and he's like, you're good. He's like, yes, sir. Welcome. I didn't. And he kind of like realizes what time it is. He's like, sorry, I must have. He's like, it is okay, Gerudo. He's like, I do have Metacham interrogating him in there, and he walks over to the door and he knocks, and after a second, you see a shadow of feet just kind of like appear by the door, as if like dropping down from above. The door opens and shuts as out steps his Metacham. And it's like, oh,
Do we catch a glimpse of Yamato when he opens the door?
give me a perception check.
Couldn't just tell me.
I put my glasses back on.
I was gonna say give me a perception check at an advantage, but I was like, wait, he doesn't wear glasses. But you put your glasses on.
It's
Glasses
a
have been
20.
equipped.
It's 20.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. Bloop. Yeah. You would probably see just a hunched over figure in the corner whenever you.
He looks beat up or
Yeah.
like mentally drained or anything.
And Gerudo kind of looks at Metacham, and Metacham puts a hand on his back, and you see his eyes kind of glow for a second. Just not super bright, but like a dull, purplishy pink as he's. Thank you, Metacham. You can go and definitely get your rest now. And chum, as it kind of like floats over to the bed and just kind of like softly lays down. It almost doesn't even depress the bed, but you could tell by this thing's muscle definition it should, given its weight. Some kind of a psychic energy must be holding it up. Yeah.
So, I understand, Gerudo, that you may have some information for us. I apologize. You've gone without rest while we've.
Oh no, we've been taking shifts. Thankfully, given Metacham's ability, while she may not be able to communicate, she can impart on me her information. I'm still just kind of sorting through it right now, but she's psychically linked with Yamato and attempted to pull information, and he's good. Not many people can resist Metacham as well as he did for as long as they were together.
I do glance for a second over at Zircon, and I'm like, do you think you could do that?
He's just sitting there like, just disintegration ray. So he goes, she mainly got emotions. When probing about the Daimio, there was a hint of, sorry, I was talking like the Daimio. There was a hint of aggression, or a hint of remorse, some sadness, but mainly frustration and anger. So we definitely know that, or at least our original assumptions as he looks at the Daimyo were correct. As to why he might have been doing this, at least based on that. Then when probing about the bandits, there was reluctance and fear.
Do you think that perhaps his he felt threatened by them. Maybe he was acting out of fear.
Well, when I first brought him back here last night, he did not seem scared of them. Kept on mentioning that he has allies far stronger than myself and that he would be found. Luckily, this is an old guardsman house. So even he did not know of this interrogation room. I'm sure, and he looks to the Daimio, you have interrogation rooms that only the ninja know about as well. And
Would your Pokemon's psychic abilities be able to pick up any sort of, I know it sounds far-fetched, but some sort of telepathic link between he and the Shade? I wonder if I worry if their close coordination could be what gives away his location in the end.
we've never encountered anyone with that kind of connection before, but I would assume that if there was one in probing around Saishin and the bandits, Metacham would have found some kind of kickback, but
That's fair.
all the thoughts in Yamato's mind seem to be his own.
I just, I only ask because in our dealings with the Shade, they both appeared and disappeared out of nowhere, and, just keep a keen eye, because even this place, I'm sure, is not as safe as you might think.
And he starts to, look around. And he's like, and the Daimyo goes, I do believe that if we worry too much now, we may lose what opportunity we have. If something is coming, best to work faster, not be too worried in the present. Wouldn't you agree, Gerudo? And he goes, yes, actually, I was just thinking that myself. Yes, exactly. We should not worry about that. This place is safe.
But also be careful.
Of course.
Just gonna ping pong him back and forth.
Yeah. Now, Metacham was only able to pull pieces. Like I said, it doesn't all quite make sense. Mainly emotions. But when I talked to Yamato, he seemed to believe that the bandits would be coming for him. So it is best that we prepare for that outcome. Given his attack on you, and the travel time between here and the bandit encampment in Saishin, we could be seeing them in a matter of days.
So then perhaps a focus should be put on fortifying this location.
The town itself is well fortified, and this location is known to none. Why, do you know where we are right now?
I don't, but I must admit, I am ill-equipped for that task, especially after walking here with my glasses off.
And he kind of looks at you like, why would you do? Okay.
I did not want to be recognized. It was at the behest of others.
And the Daimyo kind of
Okay.
shakes his head a little bit. He's like, well,
You begin to put together that Presnick is book smart, but maybe just a little stupid otherwise. Yeah.
and Daimyo's like, well, at least he mentioned that Mugen should be doing the interrogating, not himself. So the Daimyo will then, okay, well, given that information, we still don't have much. We have theories on his motivation, and his plans, but we need more. How long was this going on? How long was he planning? What other things did he sabotage? What other plans does he have still in place?
Well, I think in all this, we can only know by asking and ascertaining. What sort of strategy might we employ in our first probing of these questions? I worry if we push too hard or put the wrong foot forward, we may squander some other opportunities.
Or Grudo would chime up and, well, Makohito here hasn't gotten a chance at him yet, so could play the old tough cop on him.
Mugen, you may know him best. Do you think he would respond to brute force like that?
No. We are trained to resist torture. He's also the most cunning person I've ever met.
Well, with that we agree, but
Don't expect any results from what we're about to attempt. I'm just saying now, it may actually be in our best interest to start thinking of other leads, because Yamato has this ability to shut everyone out if the information is too vital.
Well, at the very least, Mugen,
Can try.
I'm just happy if this offers you some small amount of closure.
I hope so.
yeah, I mean, you obviously seem to know better than me, being a ninja and all, whatever that's good for. If you want to give it a go before I let Makohita here at him, then be my guest.
If you would be so kind, I would take that off.
At the very least, doing this first makes the most sense. Can't imagine we'd have much success doing this after beating him up.
Yeah, whatever. He's tied up in the corner over there. Feel free.
Okay.
And this is where I'll ask you if you want everyone else to stay here for this, or...
Oh, yeah, they can.
Yeah, okay.
So we're staying separate from the room you're going in. Okay.
Yeah, he was just asking if we, the
Yeah,
players,
the players,
physically wanted
yeah,
to stay in
yeah,
here
yeah, yeah.
because there might be secrets or something.
No, but I'm willing to let that unfold.
So you guys, you open the door, and before you, like you said, normally, it's I'm just laughing at your description because this is how I pictured it too with the hood. Normally, he's got his hood on, hiding his hair. You've seen him without his mask a few times because as the leader of the ninja, he's a more public figure than the rest of you.
It's kind of like my dad.
Yeah. But this man is defeated. You open the door and the hood is nowhere. You might have even seen it on the table with his belongings. And his black and gray hair are just in front of his face, and you've potentially never even seen what his hair looks like until now. And he's just hunched over in the corner. Despite having been captured last night, he looks thin and weak. Could just be his position, sitting where he's at, defeated, hunched over nature. His breathing is labored even though he's just sitting still. And you walk in, and if you don't shut the door behind
Would I
you, then
recognize this as a
Makohito
dying
will.
man?
As more of a defeated man.
But I'm talking about his physical ailments. He doesn't look like someone whose body is shut
No,
down.
when I say like looking thin, I mean like normally he would kind of like hold himself tall, and now he's like all like
kind of slumped.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it makes him look weaker. It makes him look thinner, but he's, yeah. And so you walk in and shut the door behind you, and just you two.
Is there anything else in the room? Can I like pour him a glass of water or tea or something?
He is tied up to a post in the wall, and there's like some disturbed like floorboards. Not like, how do I say this? The room looks like he put up a little bit of fight to tie him up there, but other than the thing he is tied to, no.
Does he look at me at all?
He's just breathing heavy and like just face towards the ground.
You know why I'm here?
Mugen. Surprised they... Well, you did tell them about me, so I guess I'm not so surprised that they trust you. As he kind of glances up at you between the hair and his eyes. Seems too worn out to like lift his head more than that.
Why'd you send me? You know, you trained me. You knew I would find out.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage. They're not stupid.
Just closes every time it's like gone too long. It's like, oh, you wanted to leave it alone? 19.
Yeah, he goes, I guess I do owe you that. As he kind of flips himself around, he's still tied in, but he's now sitting up against the wall. And he's looking at you and he says, I didn't know if you would trust us. And they needed a young, unknown member of our ranks to infiltrate. Sending you there while we went off ahead of you meant that they took Lynn instead of you.
So, you knew he was going to die from the start.
I was promised he would not. It's my understanding that your intervention potentially what got him killed.
No. Your poor choices is what got that boy killed.
Would he not still be in captivity now?
Would he have been in captivity at all had you not done whatever you did? Why the shade?
Had you obeyed orders
I did.
and left him,
Why? Why the shade? After all this time, why work with these thugs so beneath you?
and that we agree. The means to an end.
See. And the Daimio?
He'll just kind of look off to the side.
See. An unfortunate casualty of war, is it? A decision that you made unilaterally. Okay. You were a father to me. Is that all you have to say for yourself?
You don't know
I don't.
what he's doing to us.
So help me understand.
With him in power, those bandits they raid. We're stuck here, captured, in our own homes, prisoners. He built a wall to protect us but it's imprisoning us. As long as those bandits have our town scared, we're cut off from the rest of the world.
So why work with them?
Because in power, I could get rid of them.
I see. You know, the most troubling thing about all of this is I believe you. But I don't agree.
And that's why you didn't know. You and that Maku.
Yeah, well.
Weak. Daimio. Naive.
And you.
It shames me to see that you share both of those qualities.
I'm not the one imprisoned. And I leave.
So, how'd it go in there?
Did you slam the door behind you, or did you shut it
No.
softly?
I just shut it.
Did your talking approach work, or does Makuhita need to get in there now?
I think we have what we need to know.
It's the final.
Ariana?
Yeah.
Hariyama.
Hariyama.
Sorry, I keep on calling him Makuhita. It's a Hariyama.
Yeah, I think we got some useful information.
He spoke to you, Mugen?
He was like my father. I know how to piss him off. Make him talk.
Well,
For future, he's very arrogant. You insult his intelligence, he's likely to correct you.
Very, very smart, Will. Yeah.
Here's what we know, and I'll just kind of go over everything we just talked about.
Wow.
Can't believe he was in the sacrifice.
It makes me sick.
At least it confirms some of our suspicions.
It just still doesn't make sense to work with the bandits only to get rid of them.
I agree.
They would know that
I believe that was a lie.
I still can't shake the feeling that your original mission to go to Saishin, if the Smoke Bandit really isn't with the bandits, how did he ensure that you were sent off? I know, Mugen, he may have said it in a caring way, but you all hadn't been attacked. You very well might have been in Lynn's place.
This is true. Did we notice the age and/or general stature of the Smoke Bandit?
You did, if I remember correctly. You had a pretty good perception check. You noticed them to be smaller than you might have expected. And you saw their signature eyes, which have been described on many of the wanted posters, but a deep, deep blue with a golden ring around the outside of the iris. So it's still white, but
And I didn't see that in Yamato's.
no. I'm even going to make you roll for that. You did not see that.
I don't know how Smoke plays into this. And I know he's not telling us everything, but I heard enough confirmation that he means to overthrow you. What I don't think, and is often his flaw, is I think he has underestimated the bandits, Seishin, and the Shade all together, and they are using him for something instead.
It's very short-sighted indeed.
So what now?
I think we use him. He said the bandits were coming for him. Let them. We'll follow them back to wherever they go.
I like that plan.
Indeed.
It's the only sure way to know we're getting accurate information.
Yeah, I think we use him as bait. He is dangerous, I'll give you that. But we can mitigate some of that danger.
Yes, he just knows a lot of our secrets and
And yet,
plans and...
with all the planning and knowing that he did,
Yes, but
failed.
as a fugitive, he may not be as willing to keep some of that secret. If he really was attempting to take over, may have been some things that he was keeping close to the chest from the bandits and the Shade.
So what if we build in a contingency where we use him as bait, but we ambush the party that comes to rescue him, and we do a poor job of letting them not escape? Scare them back to base.
It's definitely a more complex operation.
Concern is we are the bait. And Yamato is feeding this information.
Could very well be true. I think it gets us to the same ends.
At the end of the day, I'd rather fight a stronger foe knowing who they are than be completely in the dark.
I agree.
But we are also assuming it's just the bandits coming, and not bandits and...
He did say just them. Yeah.
But we also have to assume that there are people within this city that are working with him as well.
Agreed.
That could strike just as quickly as the bandits could, if not at the same time.
Look for pockets of groups of people who are extremely xenophobic towards the settlement. It's typically where ideas like this go to fester.
At any rate, I do believe that there's still a lot that we do not know.
Yes.
Captain Gerudo, whenever you are back in there interrogating him, please find out what you know about the Matsuri. Kind of gets this look and he goes, we do have reason to believe that they might be involved in this somehow. Understood. As he kind of cracks his knuckles and he goes, he recalls Hariyama and then steps into the room and throws Hariyama back out.
I like that little detail. I like that.
So the wall separates Matsuri from Dento.
Mm.
No. So the wall
It, like, cuts
the
off
wall
the
separates
peninsula.
Yasai from Dento.
Yeah.
The river separates Dento from Matsuri.
Okay.
The river and then like the ocean here too. But
Seishin's the
It's right
top
here.
corner, correct?
Seishin is this.
Oh, my bad. Okay. What's above it?
Mando.
Mando.
And then this is Iki.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
all of the settlers had to pass through because it's the settlement to get to Miando.
Oh, is that how you say that word?
Iki? EKI? Iki.
Okay.
So then, how do we best set the lure? Set the trap?
We'll have to put him somewhere that is a known location. Maybe I don't want to put any more men at risk, but is it possible to put him in a more public holding cell? One that would draw the ire and attention of the rescue party.
Or maybe simply station enough defense here so that we set red flags in the eyes of our enemies.
The other idea is to leak intel.
This is all things we need to consider. We have a few days before news even reaches Saishin. I've already warned Maku that they might even be a target. Because they know that we know that they're coming.
Would I know of places in Yasai where like common core members would hang out and, like drink and gossip and stuff like that?
Like when you say common core, you mean like the ninja and stuff?
Yeah, like just your regular
The math.
foot soldiers. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, in the town square, they might hang out in the Ichi Inn.
What I'm saying is, as a ninja, if I were to try to do a disinformation campaign, would I know where to start? Reddit.
in the main building where in the Daimio's home, where the ninja headquarters is on the first floor.
Okay.
That would probably be the best bet. I mean, the ninja to be hardworking people, live, breathe, eat, work, always on the job. The guardsmen, on the other hand, they're sloppy to your perspective. And
do we know of any like
Slacker.
or areas, bars, or anything where people hang out who are like openly dissenting against Daimyo and Maku? Because they have to have like some sort of haven, right? Is that a public, or would we not know necessarily? Is there like a tea house where you go to bitch about the government or something?
give me. That's a good question. Give me a history check.
Ah, yes, the tea.
The hate cave.
This is about place, so it,
Okay,
it would,
cool.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
I rolled
yeah.
super bad on that first one.
15.
Much better.
Yeah.
It was 4.
Yeah, there's a shop, Synestes wares.
Nice.
Or Synestes, I don't know how to pun that.
And a
Maybe
tease.
maybe just Synestes.
Synestes teas.
Yeah, Synestes teas. A little bar and tea shop where maybe people would do something like that. It's not quite in the main square. It's far enough away.
My other suggestion is we purposefully are a little loud in areas where possible bandit sympathizers are about us transporting their high-value target.
What about some of our suspects, ninja?
Yes,
Release them.
I don't know if they would go back to Saishin or
But they might deliver word for us.
possible. We take,
I defer to your judgment. I simply add more ideas into the
Parading him
pool.
in the street. That's
That
my
works
idea.
too.
Not the best idea.
I just think I could be wrong. Again, a lot of this we're all learning at the same time, but ninja are trained for one thing. That's to follow orders. Without question. So it's possible, while many might share the same feelings as Yamato, I doubt they'll know a lot. Because they wouldn't need to.
You would be right on this front. Most of the ones we've interrogated are either more.
Do we hear a commotion room?
Oh yeah, there's like
Okay.
every now and again there's like a bang and
Yeah, that's true.
and like
Where are they? Where are the drugs going?
a grunt. Yeah. A grunt from Yamato, and then Gerudo might say, "You're gonna talk about the Matsuri now? You're gonna tell us how you're working with them?" And
Who does number 2 work for?
yeah, yeah.
I've not watched that in a while.
Have you heard of
The Muffin Man lives on Drury Lane. Yeah.
Well, at the very least, we need to do something.
I do not agree with parading him through the streets.
Hey man, I was just throwing out suggestions.
And it is a valid one, but I do have to, as the daimyo, think of the safety of my people.
That's fair.
I would much prefer to release one of the ninja and see where they go.
Probably one of the dumb.
But I would like to not send you four to follow him.
Oh man, really.
Yes, but as of right now, you
Which is why we
have the most intel and are known to the bandits.
I know this is the.
Your lives would be more at stake if you were captured as well.
Yeah. I know this is the super secret interrogation building. But let's just assume they know they're coming for a special ops, if you will.
Give me a persuasion check.
$21.
You do bring up a good point. God save me if I'm divulging information I shouldn't, but rest assured, this safe house, not always in this location. They will not find it,
Okay.
because as of tomorrow, it will not be here.
Fascinating.
Okay, very interesting.
How much strain does it put on the local economy to constantly have empty buildings up for safe housing?
I don't think that's what he means.
Sorry.
President, that Hariyama must live.
Yo!
Oh!
It's a gym rat.
No.
Yeah.
He's yoked. Yeah.
He would actually say, I would prefer not to answer that for security purposes, but
Sorry, just my own curiosity.
there are more houses than people who live here.
Never thought to count the people.
I only counted the houses.
What are you, a census taker?
You know, President, now that you say that, I believe we only have seen like guards and the ninjas, and I mean, there's the Daimio, of course, and that one old lady who was really sad about Lynn's death. His mom, I think.
And an old man that the daimyo was escorting home the night that he was attacked.
right.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's not very many other people here.
Where are the children?
There were a lot of
Actually,
commoners in
now that you-
Ichi Ramen's shop whenever you guys were eating
Oh,
as well.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Are they real?
But maybe they all live
They're all
there.
ninja.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with the tangent.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
that's-
Thank you for
Totally
entertaining
fine.
me.
Without a ninja star.
I suggest we take a breather. We all head back into town. That could provide some leads to us.
Who leads the core at this point?
As of right now, Gerudo is captain of both. At this point, I've been helping out there while he is here interrogating, but once this all settles, it would go to him, and we would. Well, frankly, I haven't really thought that much ahead, but
All right.
gonna ask, assuming there's enough noise going on in the next room. So I'll say it kind of under my breath still, towards the Daimyo. You don't... Has Gerudo ever expressed any frustrations over your night walks?
Yes, but I do believe it's only because Yamato did. Gerudo is loyal, and he is hardworking.
Very well.
Those are his strengths. Perfect.
Not the sharpest.
A Labrador, if you will.
He's got golden retriever energy for sure. All right.
Well then, let's head back into town.
Yes.
I worry about leaving you in the company of Gerudo, who is very loyal and very strong, and very strong prisoner as well.
Don't you worry. We've got more than just me and Gerudo. As he taps his Pokeballs, and you hear another punch from Hariyama.
I think we'll be okay, Presnick. Or he'll be.
Check. Audio still working?
Oh, could they not hear us?
No, I mean it's there.
Yeah.
Sam Bauer said that it was out. So
Liar.
Sam, you're a liar. Your audio's out.
yeah, I don't think it's out.
F's in chat if you can hear us.
Yeah, can I get an audio?
Can I get a oh yeah?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. My bad.
No, it's not your bad.
No, that's good.
It's nobody's bad.
I definitely could have.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. my
Just a
bad.
double check. Check, mic check. So yeah.
Hey, check chest. Copy.
So is there any last minute things you would like to do before you leave here, or you guys are heading to town, or more conversations with Daimio?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Daimyo is sure he wants to stay here.
I would
Yeah.
like to ask the Daimyo what they did with whatever his name's Pokemon.
Yamato?
Yeah, the
Kecleon.
Kecleon and the
we
Beedrill.
left the Kecleon, didn't we?
Yeah, but what did they do with it? Because it's been like a whole night. Did they just leave it there? Is it back in its Pokeball?
He'll give you a
Were
look
they
like
dead?
Oh, they died.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is for real.
Oh,
yeah, he'll give
okay.
you a look like, well,
He goes.
Oh yeah.
Not
this
much
is-
left to salvage.
This is this type of campaign. Okay.
they were not recalled in time.
Poke souls.
That's a good way to put it.
They're gonna
Yeah.
reincarnate as hunters, I'm
A
assuming.
very good way.
If that's the case, I would like to take the batteries out of his Pokeballs then, if I can.
You would take what out? The batteries?
The batteries, yeah.
The Daimyo would stop you.
Okay, I'm not gonna fight it then. I was
Yeah,
just
he
thinking
would
if I
say,
could.
best to leave.
Okay. I'm not pissing off the Daimyo over some batteries.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I tried.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so they did. That's good.
Okay. Well, Mugen, you know this town best. What's there to do to pass time?
I think between you and me, taking a breather seems to be a bit of a mistake.
I agree.
I think we should try to gather as much information as possible. So there's a couple of threads I'm thinking here. We obviously won't know until they decide to release a prisoner, how that goes, but we could start to look into Maku, see if anyone's been sniffing around the capital and trying to manipulate the
Yeah.
perceived weaknesses. Other than that, I think maybe we go to the Sinisty house
Tease.
and see what the latest gossip is from possible sympathy for bandits.
Let's hit that first. That's my vote.
Dumb question, but there's no establishment in this town that says settlers not welcome, right?
If
Just-
there was one, it would be the one we're going to.
Okay, just double checking.
The settlers have not been in this region long enough, and you guys are the first ones ever in the Dento
You may.
clan.
We did just get paid.
Yes, we did.
It might be prudent to invest in a local attire while you're here.
Okay.
We go shopping.
Oh,
They
yeah,
did have
cool.
a general goods store.
Let's go get
next
some
to
shits.
The restaurant.
Shopping. I personally am not worried about like playing out all the shopping stuff. Me personally.
I went
So
to Mugen. I
you
need
tell
to
me how
find
much
a
it
cool
costs to
ninja
buy an
sword
entire
in my
like.
thing.
If you guys are just looking to like blend in and get kind of like basic wear, like clothing or whatever, I'd say $10 a person.
I want to have the drip though.
$20.
I will pay for $20 for the drip. Nah, I'm gonna spend 10. I want like the most nonchalant, like gray NPC background clothing possible.
I would want whatever not a politician, because it's not, I don't think what they would be called. Whatever that same thing essentially would be, but in the ninja clan, if that's a possible outfit to purchase.
Run that by me
So
again.
Like an
but
advisor?
basically like a ninja politician's clothing.
Ninja pop.
Yeah,
Like
you see
an
what I'm saying?
advisor?
Like like a suit,
Like someone
but
from Yasai, but
yeah.
a
Yeah.
diplomat.
I mean, that's what everyone's doing, right? You're trying to find like Yasai-ish like clothing, but you're trying to find something that may show that you're a little bit more important,
Yes.
a little bit more well put together. Okay, $15.
Deal.
If you want basic, like I'm just grabbing the first thing I see on the shelf, or like
Get you an
just
Ichi Ramen t-shirt.
10, yeah, $10.
Oh, hey.
I heart Ichi ramen,
Now onto the
but
real
instead of a
shopping.
heart, it's just a bowl of ramen.
I would actually.
But
I would
Mugen,
love that
back
shirt.
to those back to those cool ninja swords. Where are they?
You have to take a blood oath to get one of these.
Ooh, that's kind of steep for a cool ninja sword. I don't know about that.
And you and your best friend each have to lose an arm.
But they do have fake ones at the souvenir shop down
Oh,
the
but
street.
those are
They
are
light
like
up
wooden.
like those little carts at the parade.
Those are like twice the price, and they don't last as long.
That's right. It's
They're
like the
not
little push-in
nearly as
knives.
steady. Yeah, they're not nearly as deadly.
I would like to invest in some like somewhat like ninja-esque attire, but I'm still gonna wear my lab coat over it.
Okay. Wow. So I do want to point out that Yasai is not like ninja.
Mm-hmm.
The ninja core is ninja. Everybody
Right.
else just wears
Got
kind
it.
of like Dento, like what you
Yeah.
saw in the capital.
Well, then if I could find something that seems relatively like suitable for field work, maybe like safari type.
I will grab
Thing.
some samurai.
Yeah.
They
plate
definitely
armor.
have that stuff here.
Okay.
They definitely have like, I'm going out into the wilderness and you know, I'm going camping kind of gear.
How do you
I'm gonna look like Steve Irwin.
How do you spell Yasai again?
Steve.
That's a great question.
Yosai.
It's Yasei, I think.
Yasai clothing.
Yasei, yeah.
You were so close.
Just a couple
Just
vowels
for
off.
its
For every
inventory.
letter but why.
And the S and the I.
And the S.
I got every other letter.
Could we actually buy Pokeballs in Yasai, or is that?
You can go into a shop and see. The clothing store would definitely not have Pokeballs.
That was the other thing I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
about.
'cause
I'm
we
glad
have-
you brought that back up.
Yeah, so definitely looking for like some Pokeballs.
The
or
reason I kept
maybe-
asking about whenever we were sneaking out the back door is
Pokeballs.
because you
Or
mentioned there was a
some
good
Moo Moo
store
Milk.
right next to the restaurant, and I wanted to go there.
Twins 10
Ultra balls.
Mhm. Where's
is
the
the
Master
name of the
Balls
store,
at?
and it's got
Okay.
yeah, and it's got like whatever signage would lead you to believe that it's like a wares shop
Yeah.
right next to Ichi Ramen.
Where's those balls at?
You can go in there and look.
How much did you say I spend on clothes?
15 if you're no 10. Sorry.
10.
Good. He won't draw as much suspicion this
Except with that lab coat.
Over top.
Just rub some dirt on it or
Well,
something.
I took it off since I'm wearing like field attire.
Yeah.
You got your lab coat like around your waist.
I'm more like around the shoulders kind of guy.
That fashion is in this year.
With the Asai's emphasis on like nature and their whole sanctuary and everything, they definitely have like some field work or day trip into wilderness attire. You know what I mean?
I might work at a zoo.
Like I'm going on a safari.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
giving off
Steamboat
like
sheet.
I'm a field work researcher that typically works in a lab vibes. Like I'm not dirty at all. I'm very clean. My like silverish hair is kind of pushed up to the side, and my glasses, you know, since I'm nearsighted, not necessarily, you know, I like flip them up occasionally, and they're like just tussled in my hair, like sort of. Yeah, I don't know. I'm giving off rich kid vibes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going for with my outfit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bunch of 1%ers over here, Mugen.
He's an archaeologist, okay? He's
Meanwhile,
not just-
Victor's just in his best grays.
Safari
Yeah.
person.
Gray NPC gray man.
The fuck am I?
This man's a straight janitor.
Go find-
Nobody pays attention to the janitors. I am stealth.
You walk into the
Badland.
store with a mop, and you're just like, I'm just here to clean. No, okay. So you guys walk into Twin Tens.
Yeah.
Yes.
You are greeted by two twins. Hey, I'm 10 and I'm 10, as they each say separately. Welcome to Twin Tens. What can we get for you?
Well, what
And they're
is,
speaking in unison.
Mudkip rolls his eyes.
what do you have, and who do I speak to?
Either one of us. I'm 10 and she's 10.
Okay,
Years
kid
old?
number 1.
No, I'm 10 with an I, and then she'll say, and I'm 10 with an E.
Wait, so you're 10?
So you're made of 10.
No, that's our name.
Oh.
Sillies.
Sorry, I was being a bit silly.
We own our own shop. Why would we be 10?
I don't know. Why would you be 10?
I mean, I'm like 14 and a politician, so you can do whatever you want, 10 and 10.
I mean, when people die at the age of 30, you can kind of be whatever you want at whatever age you want.
You kind of have to.
I guess that would make us 20 then.
Oh, God.
10 plus 10
yeah.
is 20. So
Yeah, so they're
Foreshadowing?
Not long now.
They're two twins, jet black hair. One of them has ponytails, and the other one's got like two buns.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally Fook me and Fook you from Austin Power.
Literally.
So 10 with an I has the ponytails. 10 with the E has the two buns. Kind of like Princess Leia-ish style.
They're roughly 11 years old.
And the 10 with an I wears glasses as well. You'll also notice that there are just a bunch of Pokemon walking about,
ooh, what kind
stocking
of Pokemon?
shelves, doing things. Namely, some Apom, Rattata, maybe a Metatite in there.
Cool.
Just kind of like sweeping up, stocking shelves.
Hey,
you
that's
know.
my job sweeping up. What are they doing? Don't make me, I will call the janitors union.
But yeah,
Okay, 10 with an I.
the at the desk that they're kind of standing at, the sale counter.
Mm-hmm.
Typical to most shops, there's like a glass case with some nicer looking items in there. And then on the shelves, they have some of your more mundane kind of stuff to give you kind of like a layout of where you might want to look and
Okay.
what you're looking for.
I want to look at the top shelf stuff before anything.
Oh, yeah.
So the stuff in the case?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You two would be very familiar with two of these items. There's a singular firestone
Cool.
and a singular ice stone.
As I inspect these, you guys actually see something quite interesting. As I move in closer to look at them, and Zircon does as well, the closer he gets to either stone, he actually begins to glow in that sort of aura, in that color.
Similarly to the stone, so the firestone kind of grows like an amberish, reddish, orange color. And so does Zircon. As he gets closer, it almost looks like fire is alighting inside of him. And as he floats over to the ice stone, similarly, that dims and his normal crystalline blue becomes almost white. And it even becomes a little cold near him. Similarly to the Firestone, he gives off a little bit of heat.
So he's like an ore detector. That is neat.
He's a special boy.
Oh yeah, you want to
Vibe check.
Also in this case, there are 2 other icy rocks, but they don't give off a glow like the ice stone. And when Zircon floats near them, he doesn't glow.
Is there like, what's the word I'm looking? Like plaque or tags? It's like Firestone, Ice Stone.
Mm-mm. They're just in there, and you guys know what those 2 are. So that's why I told you what they are. But 10 and 10 would be like, oh wow, he's glowing.
Yes, he's got that ability. It's something that made him very dear to my family, but not what made him very dear to me.
Well, it's neat either way.
It's very cool.
Weird, okay.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Do you see anything that you like? I mean, maybe you want to take one of these stones with you and he can glow all over the place instead of just here in the shop.
I would love that, and I think he would too. But unfortunately, I don't think I have any real use for these stones other than to give away our position and Zircon's unique ability.
Give me an intelligence check.
Ooh, okay.
Can I ask them
Could
what
be
the,
history if you have like a proficiency towards.
Can I ask them what the other 2
I do.
items in the
Literally.
thing are?
Yeah, they go, oh, that's ice.
No.
Like never melt ice?
Well, I mean, it's been in here for a couple weeks now and it's still ice, so maybe. I wouldn't say never, but
At least a while.
7.
I'm going to tell you this as Sam to Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Hot rocks. Is
They
hot.
don't just do what they do in the games.
Mm-hmm. I thought that might have
You
been
would
the
know
case.
that as precedent.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Oh. Right. Okay.
See.
Does the Firestone give off like warmth or
There
something?
is also literally something called icy rock, by the way. In the
Oh,
video
yeah.
games.
That's true. I don't remember what any of those do off the top of my
Icy
head.
rock extends the duration of the move. Hail.
Now it's
and-
Snowskate. They got rid of hail in the new game.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Yep, it snows now.
I didn't even know that. And never melt ice increases the power of ice type moves.
Well, no one has an ice type. Oh wait, you
Yes,
have
I
an
do.
ice. Yeah.
Oh, bro, I didn't.
I don't think we really have fire type, right?
Yeah, that's why I want to get a Firestone. It's
Yeah.
like, ooh. Maybe
How much
if we
is
like
the
put it on
ice stone?
I mean, it might
The
like
ice stone.
Yeah.
allow you to like. add
It's
some-
400.
Change the
We get them
damage
pretty
type,
frequently
maybe.
here. They
That's
float
my
in
guess.
from the Ice Cave Island over there.
in the
Do they
Firestone.
really?
Yeah.
Great.
Yep. Thank you.
And, the Firestone.
Sick.
The Firestone.
The Firestone's 500. We actually have to go out and get those.
Okay.
Not gonna say where though. Yeah, like that was my next where.
You guys would. It's Firefly Island. I mean, it's the 2 islands. Or Fire Spit. I went back and forth between the names several
Okay, yeah,
times.
yeah,
Firefly
yeah.
or Fire Spit. I don't remember which one I've settled on. And then Ice
You can
Cave.
get these for free.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not saying nothing.
Now they are quite rare. We don't have to go out for the Ice Stone, but they don't show up all the time.
Okay.
Okay.
It'll be here though if you can't find one. And they just smile.
Oh, okay. You guys have any Pokeballs?
What? Does
I actually could use a restock myself.
the ice do anything other than be ice?
Ice type Pokemon tend to really like it.
Yeah, but they love ice, so.
It's got to be an icy.
No, they make ice. They like this ice.
Oh, how much?
$75.
I'll take one.
Yeah, that's got to be
Okay.
an melt.
You get one of them. When you grab it, normally like when you're
He's
holding ice, like your
Googling.
hand is
Oh,
wet.
dude,
but
I've
yeah,
had
this
this,
is just
Looking through it for like 20 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a never melt ice. That is
How
what
much
you
did we
have.
get paid? I forgot to put that in there.
A lot.
8 something.
75?
875 a
Whatever
person.
percent.
Yeah, 8 even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do the math.
So you asked for Pokeballs.
Yes. Eat them
10 with an
balls.
eye will walk you over to a set of shelves
Mhm.
with some Pokeballs.
Special
Uh-huh.
discount.
Are they?
And they'll point out
5-finger discount.
Oh my god.
Specifically,
Tin ball.
they're twin tin ball.
No, Alex. You have a problem.
We're gonna collect all the balls.
buy so many of these tin balls.
Do you guys have markers by any chance? Like paints set?
We might in the back.
I'd like to
Are you
purchase.
just looking for multiple colors or just like a black paint pen or?
Multiple colors would be nice.
Okay, we'll throw something together for you and we'll have it ready for you when you're all ready to check out and we'll 10 and 10 will be like, I'm on it, already in the back like starting to gather things together.
All right, thank you very much.
I'm gonna turn around to see where Victor's looking, and my eyes will lay on the 10 balls without hearing anything or seeing anything. They'll just kind of go like anime wide and start sparkling, and I'll just immediately cloud dust run over there and be like, I'll take 10.
10.
We only have 5, but you do have a great eye. This is a rare Pokeball called a Yin and Yang ball that we have adorned with our logos here at Twin Tin. And you'll see it looks like a yin and yang symbol on the top without the dots in the middle, so it's just kind of like a black and white swirl.
Okay.
And on one side there's like a long ponytail painted on, and on the other side there's just a little bun painted with a big T with two T's in the front that look like
got that
pie.
TT ball,
It looks like
bro.
pie because it's got the cherries
yeah,
at top,
yeah.
but it's got 2 bottoms.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How much are they?
300 apiece.
You could not buy
Holy.
10 if you wanted.
I'm just looking for the regular Pokeballs, man.
You see the anime eyes kind of shrink back to normal a little bit.
Now
and-
these do function better than regular Pokeballs as a basic Yin and Yang ball, which we do not have any. We only have the Twin Tin ball.
Of course they do.
The Tin Tang ball.
We do have regular Pokeballs though, for $100 a piece.
I'll take one yin and yang ball, please.
Okay,
I'll also take a yin and yang ball, but I'd like 2 Pokeballs
a
in
Twin
addition.
Tin ball,
Yes.
I'll take
and you'd like 2 more Pokeballs.
the
mark
Pokeballs you
off
said
500.
are 100 apiece.
Yeah, they do have other Pokeballs. If you guys want to, before buying Pokeballs, they do have other ones too.
Okay.
On the shelf, you will see, similar to what Gene is in, a Yasai ball. It is a camouflage looking Pokeball with 5 little jewels in the front and an S painted.
What do these function as? Like player to player, not like in game. Oh, okay, that's it. Oh, okay.
Then there's also
there's no
also,
description box that pops up next to these.
Okay.
There's also a dark gray. You guys do have a Pokeball making kit that you guys could use to kind of like figure out
Dissect.
what effects might work or what they might gain. You could dissect the Pokeball that you have or look at properties of the apricorns or whatever to try to glean. Do with that what you will. Anyway, there's also a gray Pokeball with some blue orbs on it. And then a almost see-through topped Pokeball. The bottom is still that wooden color, but the top is not crystalline, but more glass-like.
What is this one?
You pick it up and say, like, what's this one? When you pick it up, it's like half the weight of a regular Pokeball.
Oh, it's a light ball.
And they go, that's a light ball.
Oh, on the money.
Yep.
He had a light bulb. And how much would this be?
This one, only 200.
What if I were to trade in another ball for it? You see, I
Depends on what you have.
like the way it looks, and I'd like to swap it out with my dear Zircon's ball.
Oh, so just a regular Pokeball?
Yes.
We could pay you 50 for the regular Pokeball. So it'd only be 150 for the light ball.
How about I just don't buy one of the other Pokeballs?
Then it would still be 200. What?
I'm suggesting that you take 100 for the Pokeball.
But I'm gonna pay you 50 for that Pokeball. It's used. It's got scratches and things on it.
That's fair.
So about that paint kit.
Sam, I'm gonna grab a twin tin ball and 3 Pokeballs.
Okay, so that is 600 for all of that.
I'm just gonna not buy one of their Pokeballs and just I guess
So
I
a
can
twin tin,
Can I
a
reuse
Pokeball.
Zircons if I swap them?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
I can.
I
Okay.
would. Yeah, I would allow that.
The whatever batteries.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So they've got like a little temporary charge in it
Mm-hmm.
in the top where the little puff of smoke shoots out.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would just like swap that from the light ball to that one, and then
Got it.
he would swap over.
Cool. I just like the description of it. It sounds so
Light ball?
freaking cool.
Do they carry like any healing items like Moo Moo Milk or something?
They do have some energy powder, which you guys are familiar with.
Oh, I have enough of those though.
And they even have some little vials with a picture of like an oranberry on the front. But it's not an oranberry, but it's like
It's oranberry concentrate.
Yes.
pretty much.
How much pulp is in that, by the way? Like 0 pulp, 50%.
100% pulp. They did not mash up the berry very well.
I know.
You ever tried to cram it into a bottle?
I know, right?
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, just. I know Grayson loved these twin tin balls.
They're the best.
Around.
I kind of want to buy
The little vial of oranberry mixture is $25, and the energy powder is $65.
I'm good on energy powder. I wanted that Moo Moo Milk though.
There is no moo moo milk here.
Unacceptable.
Do they have any just orange berries?
Nope.
Great.
They do have other berries though.
Ooh, what kind of berries?
Lepa.
Pecha.
They do have pecha and
Citrus?
Actually, I think that's the only berry. They do have some other vials with pictures of berries on the front. You might not recognize the pictures on the front of them.
I'm not so worried about it,
But-
it's okay.
Oh, Mugen, do they have a dojo here? Like they do in Mondo?
Well,
You can train with like the guardsmen if you were looking to like fight some people, but
Okay.
I think I'm ready to check out. If that's all right.
yes, 10 and I'm coming, and runs up with like a little box or like a little bucket of like some colors and like some paint brushes and stuff, and is like, this is everything that we have that hasn't been opened yet, and count some stuff and $30 for all of this.
That seems a fair bargain. I'm happy to
Okay.
pay it.
And then hands it off to you.
Any held items in this store?
You can have your Pokemon hold on to whatever it can hold on to.
Well, like
Gotta back a
like
moment.
never melt ice or like poison barb, stuff like that nature. No. Okay.
You gotta figure it out, man.
while everyone else kind of holds their attention, I'm gonna
know a guy
take
that'll sell you some
Zircon's
ball
old
drops.
Pokeball and begin to paint it up
Oh
in the style of a Presnick ball.
Oh my god, that's so perfect. Okay.
Right in the middle of
So
the
you
store.
you figure out whatever
It's a
that
Pokeball with a
looks
lab
like, and
coat
you
on
let
it.
Okay,
you
yeah,
let us
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and we'll.
I'm gonna be looking for a necklace that, or any necklaces that I happen to notice, particularly of blue. And also,
Anything with a wish spell on it.
as I'm looking, I'm gonna be like, hey, literally. I'm gonna be like, also a weird question, because it might be something not for sale. No chance you have a really old bent spoon, do you?
I just had my lunch with this spoon. I can bend it for you if you want.
That might work. And I'll gladly. Oh, thank you. How much?
$3.
I'll give him the $3. Yeah.
For a broken spoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So Mugen, is there anywhere around here where we're allowed to catch
And the-
Pokemon?
you don't really
'Cause I
find
know,
anything
like,
that's
we
like
had the field
Jewelry wise, like that
full of
necklace. or
Pokemon,
anything,
but we're
so.
technically not allowed to catch them.
I think anywhere in the wilds, right? It's legal to catch Pokemon.
in not in the sanctuary. In the
Right, but-
sanctuary, so you would know the rules of the sanctuary is the Pokemon must agree
catch
to
and
come with
release.
you. They must agree to come with you, so you can.
You can catch
Catch.
Pokemon in the sanctuary if you can
There
befriend
are
them.
some
Drowsy,
officials.
Drowsy, you want to come with me?
There are some officials in several like huts throughout the sanctuary that you can be like, hey, this Pokemon really kind of wants to come with me. They'll make sure, and then they will allow you to attempt to capture it in front of them.
Otherwise, is there just like wild areas where we can go as well?
If you want to walk outside of town.
I mean,
Where you
anywhere
guys
outside
came
of
in
town
from.
you
Yeah, pretty cool. You know what? Right when we're about to leave, I'm gonna turn around and be like, "God, I want one more twin tin ball, and I'm gonna buy another one."
As he
Nothing
goes
for
back in,
100.
I will present my
it's just a regular
Presnick
ball with
ball
candy
to
in it,
them,
right?
which
Really?
looks sort of like a net ball. It has the same teal, but instead of like the net pattern on it, it's gonna have like a scripted like P on the front.
Okay, so it's like a teal with a black
Lettering.
repressed.
I almost forgot. I picked this up somewhere else. I don't think I'm gonna have any use for it, but it's a Presnick ball. It's very, very valuable. You may want to keep one in stock, and
Ooh, what's its base?
its base.
Well, like the twin tin is a yin and yang ball. What's this one's base?
Same thing.
Do you mind if we double check?
No, do it later.
Trust me, you should do it later. I really have to go.
Okay, well then they'll hand it back to you if you're about to leave.
We're just kind of in a rush.
That's fair. I just wanted to see if I could do it. So, yeah, I'll hang on to it and leave. But now I have a Presnick ball.
Yeah,
That's all
you
I
got a
wanted.
Presnick ball.
Do I know anything about a yin and yang ball?
If you ever want to borrow it.
You know them to be
The-
kind of
sorry, the
volatile.
pencil.
Pull it out next time. I'm gonna be like,
That's all you might know about it.
Volatile.
If you want it for your collection,
Kind of like yin and yang.
it's very valuable.
I'm a bit spoon now. That might not do shit, so I'm good.
You just paid $3 for a bent spoon. I know what you were looking for. They didn't have it, but I thought it'd be funny if they.
Does he
art.
take a specific kind of spoon as a focus?
No, there's a Pokemon item.
It increases
spoon.
like psychic.
Well,
Yeah.
he gave you a bent
Yeah.
spoon. You need to twist it, buddy.
Right,
That's
right.
the problem.
Right.
My two researchers.
Uh-huh.
History check with disadvantage.
Oh.
I haven't rolled well all night, so I don't think you're in any danger here.
One of you can roll normal.
Can I
if you
give
want,
Presnick
but-
advantage?
No.
Not advantage. I mean,
I lose on both. 5 and 2, so I'm not
I
even.
have a 5.
Yeah, an 8 total. No, sorry, not an 8. That'd be a 5 total. Yeah. Cool.
Hearing Presnick talk about spoons doesn't spark anything for you. Not Presnick, sorry.
Grayson.
Grayson talk about spoons doesn't spark anything for you.
Yeah, I was a spoon player in another life.
So it's probably late afternoon. Sun's still up when you guys leave the shop. Synesthe's Tease is happening, but it's not like full, the crowd that you might be looking for would maybe be there when it's darker. Some might be there now, but
no need.
do with that information what you will.
Okay. I don't know if now is the most opportune time to seek information.
Well, ninjas operate at night, right? So we got to go like middle of the night. I'm
You guys just
assuming.
need to tip them off right now that we're
No.
like if there is anyone there.
The more motion and people, the better for us, I think.
Does Synesthe's have like open mic nights or something and like flyers?
Dude,
Be like,
being that I made it up like 10 minutes ago, sure.
They do a Smash local every
Absolutely.
Tuesday night.
Margaritas on Tuesdays.
But
what date is it?
Too bad it's Wednesdays. You'd have to wait a whole week to do that.
Freaking ladies' night.
If you guys
Well-
had explored last night instead of trying to protect the Daimio, then,
he owes us free margaritas. Kanye.
I completely forgot about this.
I'll take some time and give the piece of ice to Friggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'll take a second for it to update, but you can put it on its held items slot.
Have we walked out yet?
The shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless you didn't want to. But, yeah.
What is it?
A never melt ice, no dashes or anything, all 3 separate words.
Okay. I fucked up. Hold on. While we're going to walk out of the shop and I'm Googling over this new Presnick ball, I'm going to slip Presnick the note that I wrote down earlier, and I texted Alex
Ooh.
what it was.
Secrecy between players.
Yeah.
Do you still like me? Check yes or no.
Oh, I can send it to yeah, right.
Will
Like,
you be
I
my
can send it-
boyfriend?
I can send it to you
Yes.
too, Sam, because it's not like.
Oh, I don't care if I know. But if you want me to know, I can know.
Fine, I'll write my own note to Mugen. Grayson is kind of pretentious, right?
It's all one word.
What?
Never melt ice.
No,
it's-
never. I think dash melt.
No, he said no dashes.
Oh, I don't know that. Oh yeah, no, not in an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah. So it's just 3 words then. Never melt.
Never melt ice. Yep.
Okay.
What does it do? What does it do?
I don't know. It's supposed to update, but
It should update soon. I can tell you what
load
it
in
is.
and out.
With my paint kit, I write.
All
back
ice
to you
attacks
and
deal an
hand it
extra
back.
dice of damage plus proficiency.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
So if all of your ice attacks for Friggy should already add proficiency, but
Yeah.
now it'll add it twice.
It
and
doubles
then-
proficiency
Yeah.
in that case.
Very
Cool.
nice.
That's damn good.
Very good.
Yeah, it is.
Come here, bug types. We have something to show you.
Wait, why bug types? What do you have against bug types?
How dare they?
I know.
Second of all, how dare they?
How dare you exist? How dare you breathe the same air that Chomp breathes? Get out of here.
I think whatever formula was in the box below, for some reason, is no longer there.
I'll
So,
fix it. I'll
okay.
fix it.
Um,
I'll go in and fix it later.
so I guess we should wait outside SyncIDs until it looks a bit more busy.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else you can think of that would be productive.
Just post up outside.
I think.
I will throw this out to you guys too, not trying to persuade you guys. Yamato's partner does exist in the forest. You may have forgotten that with all of the information
monkey?
dump. Yeah.
The Apom?
The ambipom.
Ambipom, okay.
We also need to check into the ambipalm.
You don't, and again, you guys don't have to, but I didn't know if you guys remembered that had been mentioned this session.
We can
Might be
definitely
a good
go
idea.
to- Yeah. See if he's loyal to Yamato.
Oh,
Again, I defer to your judgment here. I have no bearings on what may or may not be helpful in our cause.
I think.
If we want to time skip to when the SyncIDs busy, we can do that, or we can go into the.
I think if we are going to, we should do it before the sun sets.
So right now.
Yeah, the ambipalm typically follow the cycles of the day, so
They get grumpy, do they?
yeah.
Go. Want.
should we split up?
I don't think so.
Seems like a
We can.
Split
I would
the
know we
party.
could reasonably make it back around peak times.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You guys, you know where the ambipalms are. They're not super far out because they're typically intermingling with the townsfolk a lot. You may even see some like running back and forth between town as you guys are discussing this. As you guys walk out that way, Mugen would know where to go. You've probably been here on a few ceremonies when a ninja kind of finishes his early training and gets his partner for the first time. You yourself did not make this travel, but as you guys are walking across, it starts off with some sparse trees, kind of like a plains area. You see some bull Pokemon grazing, a couple of Miltank
This is in the
around as
sanctuary,
well.
right?
This is the sanctuary.
Okay. Sure.
And then you see a couple little baby Tauros and Miltank out there. You also see, and I will make a note, this is different than Tauros and Miltank. But it's like a little version of both of them, one Pokemon. You see some small giraffe-looking Pokemon eating some stuff out of the trees. A couple of deer and big bucks out there. Couple of birds running around. Even some moving rocks. If you don't get too close to them to know exactly what they are.
No giant red birds with a rainbow behind them, right?
No. And then you guys pass, and off in the distance you can see some hills. But
And a giant
Mugen
red
kind of
bird.
brings you guys deeper into the forest.
He's come for you.
In the forest, in the trees, you would see some Pokemon that you're familiar with. Some Grookey and Mankey hanging around, swinging through there. Even a couple Apom here and there as you get closer. The deeper you go, some bugs all around. Some little grass Pokemon. Some birds flittering from through the trees. And you'll eventually make your way to the nest of all of the Apom in this grove of trees. Kind of like a king, the Ambipom is sitting in the center of this grove of trees. There's a lot of like food and supplies kind of all around him. He does not. He looks like. He does not look immovable. He's not.
That got me.
But he is using his
King
two
Louis.
tails to like organize all of their supplies and things, and he's directing Ambipom, and he's like scolding some that are or Apom that are trying to steal some extra food maybe, or he's like wonderful, yeah, and he's organizing and giving some to like a little baby as you guys kind of walk up. Some of the Apom might even kind of like try to play with you guys.
They're cute. I'm gonna intentionally not let out either of my Pokemon, as they're not known to be good with new friends.
Okay. Is anyone like interacting with him, or just kind of like pat on the head and be like, okay, shoo?
What are they again?
Apoms.
Yeah, pat on the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go with you. Make sure I still have all my stuff on me.
Yeah, Mug
right?
gets on my shoulder. He's not feeling it.
So the Ambipom looks to be largely unconcerned with you guys. He kind of like, oh, and then like continues to like do what he's doing.
Mr. Ambipom, sir,
Wow.
we hoped that we might be able to talk to you for a moment.
And kind of like his tails like continue to like organize some stuff as he goes. Oh, okay.
It's concerning your friend Yamato.
He kind of gets like a little smile on his face.
How do you feel about Yamato? I take it you like him. He's a good friend.
Oh.
But sometimes friends disagree.
Oh.
Do you disagree with Yamato and what he did?
We murdered him. We're gonna murder
Kind of
him
looks
too.
at you. Oh. Oh, and he kind of like
Mugen, can it translate?
he kind of picks up one of the Apoms and then he holds it back and he does like that, kind of like miming, like oh.
Protects the attack.
Most importantly,
He snacks. Yamato has betrayed us.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
That's a 2.
He kind of looks at you. He's like, oh, 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 you, oh, 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 oh.
Okay, bye.
Up over his shoulder. No, seriously, he's an asshole.
Oh, and he kind of like bats you on the head, a little, like not painfully, but kind of like, hey, language. There's kids here.
Fine. Sorry. He's not a nice man.
He's still like not too happy with that sentence.
I think that your friend Yamato meant well, but he did some things that hurt, and
He tried to hurt the Daimio.
is Lynn's APOM anywhere here?
I was there.
He sacrificed Lynn.
No, Lynn's
It's
Apalm
Lynn's
was
mom.
given to his mom or grandmother. I forget.
Should've brought
I
that
can't
here.
remember.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What'd you say again? He says
He tried to hurt the Daimio. I was there. I saw it.
I'll give you one more chance to roll a persuasion.
Good lord.
We can't
I didn't
give
look
him-
at it. I can't see it. I wanted to, but I
17.
can't.
He's not buying it.
Damn!
He's
This guy's
not
resilient.
buying it.
You know
He's-
what? Fuck you, you stupid monkey. I don't even need you.
Roll initiative.
You say he attacked the Daimyo, and he's like, oh,
Great.
oh, and he kind of like pats you on the head, and he's like, oh, 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 oh.
Listen, you may not believe me now, but we're just trying to prepare you. When he doesn't come back, understand that what I've told you is true.
When you say like when he doesn't come back, he's kind of like, oh.
Mugen, we should have brought Lynn's Abipom or Ambipom.
Apalm.
Apalm. That might have
Dude,
helped.
the naming of this freaking Pokemon's dumb.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty bad.
That might have helped, or maybe
If
we come
we-
back later with that Apalm.
We can come back with one of your children who was there as well.
They may be able to articulate it better than we can.
He kind of like sits down, and he's kind of like, oh, oh.
We will return.
As he kind of like just picks up a couple of the Apalms, and he just kind of like starts petting them, and like he does like the thing where like the monkey like picks up a baby and puts it on him, and he's just kind of like, oh. He just puts a couple of them, and it's kind of
He's
like
making a blanket.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. He's just like self-soothing himself by like
Shit,
soothing
we
the
made him
babies.
depressed.
Yeah.
Good. Eat your bananas.
Ambipom used
Stupid
therapy.
idiot.
Used real tears
Yeah.
instead of fake tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine we'll do some of that after Sinisty, if that even, if we can even do it in one day.
Sinisties teas. Okay, y'all headed.
I keep thinking you're saying Sensi like those.
Sinistea, like the Pokemon. Yeah, Sinisties.
Like those things.
Sensi
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Sensu beans. Sensi seeds. Chia
We're
pets.
walking up into some Mary Kay operation. Drink this tea. It's great for your health.
The real Final Four. Pyramid schemes.
All you have to do is buy some teas, and then you get your friends to also buy some teas, and then you can all sell the teas and make a lot of money, and they get their friends to buy some teas.
Yeah.
Some NFTs. Anyway, so you guys are making your way back to Sinistie's teas.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys head back there. The sun's going down.
Is it popping? Can we hear the slam poetry outside?
No, but as you walk by the shop front, you hear.
As our
Choose your fighter.
God. And a lot of yeah, fuck on, coming from inside. Yeah. And the No, so yeah, you guys walk up.
So many sound effects.
You guys, hope people enjoyed that.
If you even knew what that was.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It took me
You're
a second
all
to catch
welcome.
on. You guys walk in. There's tables are not pretty full, but it's definitely more than just like some elderly person
Pouring
in the
tea.
middle of a work day, like drinking tea like it was earlier. There's
Yeah.
people getting off of work and just kind of
It's
like,
like Uncle Iroh's
socializing. Yeah.
The Jasmine.
I'm okay with that.
There's some booths and things like that. A little place to take your shoes off when you walk in, you know, and step up onto the wooden floor. And that is where we'll end it for the night. Because
Awesome.
I need to prepare this place. If you guys had said you were going here first, I was like, we're ending 15 minutes early.
Steve.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots of lore, lots of information. Proud of you guys for remembering everything that happened. Months
Yes,
ago.
we definitely all
Our
remember.
resident historian.
Will be the death of you, Sam.
I just won't give you a heads up anymore. Is what I'll do.
No, that was your mistake.
It was because like 4 days for players, or for characters, but like 4 months for players. So I wanted to make sure.
I think this is one of the first sessions where we walked away with more answers than questions. Not to say we don't have a ton of questions left, but I feel like we're starting to figure some things out, and that feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
It does feel good.
I'm glad you feel that way.
I'm glad we got paid.
God damn it, Sam.
A little bit of doubt sprinkled in there, but yeah.
Well,
Allegedly.
thank you guys for watching. We'll try and keep this monthly campaign trucking along. We had a little break there because of the holidays, but keep an eye out as we figure out what the hell Wizards of the Coast is doing. We will for sure keep running this generic TTRPG Pokemon game that has nothing to do with anything D&D related at all. That said, until next time, y'all go out there and make some chaos.
Bye.
Bye.